Good morning, everybody. The gang's all here. Moon returns.
That's right.
The world traveler.
Speaking French Canadian.
Spent a couple days up in Canada, America's hat. How's it going up there? Everything all right?
Oh, yeah. Actually, you know what? Everything's great.
Lovely.
I had a couple people text me and say, oh, man, the price is crazy. I'm reading that all the Canadian prices are insane. Nah, man, the conversion was wonderful. Everything was
You bring
super
back
cheap.
cigarettes?
Canadian cigarettes?
I brought back nothing. In fact,
man.
I really
we
couldn't
did
find
that
much
once.
when I was up there looking for things.
We went to Canada once.
Uh-huh.
And Canadian cigarettes are a lot cheaper.
Oh, are they?
Really?
They're more polite as
They're
well.
at the time.
Everything was cheaper right
At the
now.
time, this was, 1999, 2000. So went up to Canada, basically smuggled in a duffel bag worth of cartons of cigarettes.
Like Marlboros or Canadian brands?
No, they were like Parliaments and
Yeah. The
Marlboro
boxes,
Lights.
The boxes are
Mapleboro.
different.
The boxes are different
The
because
boxes are
they
different.
show what could happen when you smoke a lot
Yeah,
of
your lung
cigarettes.
cancer and your
Yeah.
black lung and all that.
It's the law up there to show pictures.
Well, they'll show like black lung. They'll show like premature babies. What is this?
And they also don't show you looking really cool, which I think is wrong. They should
Well-
show that at some time.
That's what Americans do. That's
talked
in our
about,
ads.
You talked about your time up in Quebec City or in Montreal.
Montreal,
or whatever,
yeah.
And you were like, there was a club called Les Sex.
Les Super Sex.
Yeah. That's like
Les
your
Super
favorite
Sex.
story. And I was in that neighborhood because we had to cut through there to get something. I forget what we were doing. Oh, yeah, we were going down to a music venue to pick up one of our bandmates. And it's like sex club and lingerie shop and another sex club and all this. And they got
Cafe Cleopatra.
and they got boobies on the.
They got boobies on the billboards.
That's cool.
They got boobies on the marquee.
But it was
We all
right
got
down
boobies.
the road from like the college campus area down in.
So you were in Montreal?
I was in Montreal briefly, yeah.
You didn't visit Les Super Sex?
No, Les Super Sex
Les Super
for me.
Les Super Sex.
No today.
We walked into Les Super Sex.
Cool, man.
And it was wild. It was crazy what was going on there.
What can you tell us? A little something?
Was it super sexual?
What was the super sexiest
Yeah.
thing you saw?
There were two women on stage who clearly love each other a lot.
Oh, that's great.
Speak
They were
slowly.
sharing things.
My God.
And only people who really like each other would share.
Only
At the
French
same time.
Canadians would do.
Like secrets.
Well, I tell you what, the French Canadians,
Some of the best people ever.
okay, some of the rudest people too.
Oh, I
Stop.
think
You stop this.
you're wrong.
Now, I
Every
will tell you
Canadian
an
I've met is
experience
lovely.
that I had. We went up there on our way to Les Super Sex,
Yeah.
and we left the hotel in a cab. And this was before Uber, before Lyft. And clearly this guy was driving us around in circles to drive up the fare.
Oh, okay. So one guy who probably wasn't from there.
Yeah, but he represents
Oh gosh.
the entire lot.
I'll tell you what, man. They are some of the coolest, nicest, friendliest people, especially in the music scene.
Well, we're going around, and it's late December, and it's about 15 below.
Picture this: two punk asses from New York
No. So
Looking
it
at
was me. It was
tatas.
me.
up here to steal
It was
cigarettes and sneak into
me.
With
With
super
piercings.
sex.
Yeah.
My wife,
Oh.
my brother-in-law and his wife, and we're driving around. And I go, man, I've seen this before. I think this guy's driving us in circles.
It's Cafe Cleopatra.
And my brother-in-law, who is a hothead, he then threatens to take the cab driver's head and slam it into the windshield. And then he goes, get out. And I go, I don't know where we are. And it's negative 15 out. And like, I don't know, the light on a hill, like the shining light on a hill, Les Super Sex.
The super sex.
This is
Yeah.
flashing in pink.
There it is. There it is. Let's go there to get warm. I don't know. I found a place. Let's get warm inside.
Right.
It was excellent.
Let's have cider with a side of
Put
breast.
aside of, yes, of stuff they don't do here.
I'm so curious. What do you mean?
It's great.
You can't say things they don't do here. Like,
You'd fall in love with it.
what?
You would fall in love with that whole part of the country.
He's talking about a strip club.
This was more than a strip club.
Yeah, they got
They were doing things there.
It's interesting. Interesting place.
I needed to take a shower.
Whoa. What'd your wife think? Was she like, why are we getting coffee here?
We were young, adventurous. It was a different time.
Okay.
No kids. Not even a thought of a child.
Well, you may have changed, Rizz, but Montreal has not.
Montreal, no. Still is the same. So you guys played, 2 big festival shows up there with Goldfinger?
Yeah, we headlined 2 festivals. And let me tell you something that is pretty cool. And I don't know if I observed this before. So we played in Granby, which is a couple hours outside of Montreal. And it's like another one of those mountain towns. It's not a mountain town, but it's like a lake town.
Right.
Bigger than I thought it was going to be. But you know what's cool about these festivals, dude? And I noticed this one was called Festival au Lac, which just means festival on the lake. And the other one's called Red Bridge Fest. No, Van something or other festival. No, the Sprite, whatever it is. There's no sponsors
big sponsor attached to it.
And here's what I realized, because I started seeing all these familiar faces in different festivals that I've played before. Not fan-wise, but people that are, taking us around and running the show and all that. Nobody's making millions on these things. And I think it's because it's all government sponsored. So the government says there's X amount of money. You know about the bands thing, right? Like if you're a band and you start a band in Canada, you tell Canada, hey, we're a band, we're starting. They'll give you money to start.
Yeah,
you
the
told me about that before.
Yeah, for their art, their arts scene.
They're very into the arts, and they will help your business get started. Like every band I know from up there, their first vans were paid for by the government.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's like a grant.
And they're grants. Yeah, they're not loans, they're grants. So what I think is happening with these festivals, and somebody may know that and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they're government funded things, and they can't be sponsored, and they run so well, dude. And I'm telling you, the arts, the scene, even to the fans, it spills over into the fans, where it just becomes this big communal thing where everybody just comes and has a great time, and it's just this big hangout. Everybody just wants to hang out. And it is awesome.
It's almost like the city's given a certain amount of money to hey, you got to spend this on something artistic.
Or I think it's one of these things where if it's me and you, we want to do a punk rock fest where we just tell the government, hey, we're going to do this punk rock fest. Here's all of our business plans and whatever. What will you give us? And then they give us X amount, and you go, okay, I'm going to go find these bands.
That's cool.
But it is so fun. We were out in the woods. We did this festival on Lac thing in Granby, and then we went up to Quebec City. And you know where they kept us? Because there's no hotels in these places. They kept us in lakeside chalets.
Oh.
Giant.
That looked beautiful.
2- and 3-story log cabins with paddle boats. And it was amazing because you see this lake with 3 or 4 chalets, and there's just tattooed dudes, tattoos on our knees. Just punk rock dudes paddleboarding and pedal boating. Doing all this stuff and heading over.
What was the weather like?
Oh, it was perfect. It was perfect. I think Under Oath may have gotten rained on the following day, but we had perfect weather. Now, you can see it up in the stratosphere. It wasn't like sky, but in the stratosphere, you could see some of that smoke from all the Canadian fires.
Weather here this week, it was the whole weekend was...
I heard y'all
great.
got trashed.
Sunday was...
Hail and wind and some other stuff?
I was in Springfield on Saturday, and it was fine.
Friday night it rained.
What about this? What about the wind? I had people texting me saying, "Are you guys okay?" And I was like, "I'm in Canada."
I didn't notice wind.
Yeah, it was fine where I was at.
Oh,
Saturday we were going to go to the baseball game, and I was like,
You missed a heck of one.
I know.
Heck of a game, apparently.
We were going to go to the game, and I'm like, the weather looks, you want to go all the way downtown? You guys aren't really into baseball anyway. It was more me the Dodgers are in town.
Yeah.
This Dodger team could possibly be the best team in history on paper.
Shohei Ohtani?
The whole thing.
Yeah.
The whole
Proud
thing.
Of you.
Thank you.
Proud of you.
So I said, who's into going to the game? And I saw faces that were like, this is just maybe a you thing, Dad. We were willing to go because we love you.
Obligation.
We love you, and we never do things as a family, so I'm like, I see. It's going to rain. I'm like, you guys want to go to the movies?
Did you go to the movies?
So my son was like, yes, let's go to the movies.
What'd you see?
My wife was like, yeah, let's go to the movies. My daughter's like, can we go see Lilo and Stitch? And I go,
oh, God.
I said, no,
I'll drop you off.
outvoted. We're going to go see the new John Wick. And she goes, I'm not into John Wick. I said, listen.
You're going to be it.
This John Wick is called Ballerina, and it's about a woman. The woman is the lead character, and she kicks ass.
Right.
She's like a it's like a John Wick side quest.
Ana de Armas.
So this is takes place, I think, between the first and second John Wicks.
Okay.
Okay.
So John Wick is still alive.
This wasn't the Terminator 3 with the gal.
This is John
Was
Chick.
it?
No, because John Wick, if you know the story, he's part of this organization, and this is a chick that's in that organization. And Ana de Armas, and she is a hottie.
She's gorgeous.
Damn. Woo! Fell in love.
Badass.
Anyway.
Fell in love.
Anyway, and as I said, she kicked ass. I mean, high body count. It's a John Wick movie.
Is John, I haven't watched the John Wick series. He's mad about a dog. Is that this?
Well, I mean, that's part of
The inciting incident.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's.
Did she have an
gets him
animal?
going.
Dead wife.
No.
Wife gave him puppy before she died of cancer.
Husband to a murdered
He
wife.
stopped being a hitman. Russian mobster breaks into house, kills dog. John
Father.
Wick goes bananas.
Nice.
Father
John
to a
Wick
murdered
goes ham,
puppy.
and then
And then once he goes ham, he can't get out. Once he's in, he can't get back out.
right.
Okay.
This
yes,
is
the inciting
this one-
incident was a dead dog.
This is your revenge plot. Father's killed.
That
Chick goes to.
let's not use the word plot too heavily here.
Are you out of your
Well,
mind?
come
It's
on.
gun
These are
fu.
very well written.
They say, oh, here's a plot sprinkle, and
They
then
are.
the rest of it's gun fu.
I feel like whoever writes the script just gets a piece of paper and goes bang, 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 bang. Look out! Bang, 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 bang.
And I- well, I
Punch,
said-
kick.
I said to my daughter,
Cool
I said,
move.
Listen, I'm taking it to this movie to inspire you.
I'd like to know how many words are actually spoken in a John Wick film, because I bet it's 2 paragraphs tops.
But there was a lot more dialogue in this. I tell you what, great cast. Ana de Armas, Angelica Houston, Ian McShane, Gabriel Byrne. And Ian McShane and Gabriel Byrne look exactly the same. So if you don't know those two guys, you think they're the same person. Very confusing to people. That
In a 169-minute film, John Wick speaks only a total of 380 words. Nearly a third of those are just one word, and 10% of them are used in the film's trailer.
and he's in this, and he's in it for a little bit.
I knew I wasn't far off.
He's in it for a little bit. And yes, it is a movie with a high body count. And should I have brought my 13-year-old daughter to see it? Probably not.
She's got some ideas.
Because she sat next to me. And after the movie, she says, "Why did you bring me to this movie? I had my eyes closed half the time."
Oh,
Why she doesn't?
that's
Because
surprising.
it was so
was
violent.
asleep? Oh,
It was so violent.
It's
My
nothing,
son loved it.
it's nothing but violence. I saw the third one on a plane.
it's actually kind of nice to hear a kid not desensitized
Yeah,
to it, to
that's
where it
pretty
actually
exciting.
bothered her.
Yeah.
Well, she grabbed my hand and she kept squeezing it.
Oh,
Like, I like action. I like all
that's
this
so
stuff.
cute.
But when I was in a captive audience scene on an airplane, I've tried to watch John Wick 3, and I got so bored halfway through that I was
you're
like,
out of your mind.
I gotta do something else. It was like, when you're trying to stay awake and you're like, metal music. I'm gonna listen to metal, and I started listening to metal, and that puts you to sleep faster because it's just, kind of singularly toned. John
I'm
Wick 3
turning
put me
into
to
the
sleep.
dad who's up late at night watching the Chuck Norris films.
Yeah.
That's
In-
what I'm turning into.
In John Wick 1, Keanu Reeves says 484 words. In 2, he says 499 words. In 3, he says 410. And in 4, he says 384.
He's got to be the highest paid actor per word.
Yeah, I wonder what he got paid for this.
No, I think Schwarzenegger for Terminator 2,
Oh,
I
really?
think holds the record for
You foster parents
being
are dead.
paid the most for the least amount said.
Hilarious.
Your foster parents are dead.
They have to pay
$5
Arnold
million.
not to talk, though. At the beginning of the film, he's like, "I have a whole bunch of dialogue in this one," and they're like, "We're gonna do a couple edits, Arnold. You have to pay more. Every word you take away, you owe me $1 million." And they're like, "We'll gladly pay. The less you talk, the more this film will be good."
Well, my daughter goes, "We could have watched Lilo and Stitch." I go, "I don't want to watch that. Nobody wanted to see that."
Nobody wants to see
Nobody
that.
wants to
Even
see
though
that.
everybody saw it. this
I
weekend.
know. The theater was crowded.
Yeah, our
That's
theater
awesome.
was crowded last weekend. I forgot,
Yeah, there were a lot of people there.
I forgot what we saw. What did we see? Oh, Mission Impossible.
Oh yeah,
That's right.
yeah. The theater was. I hate when people sit next to me at the theater.
Yeah, we had that. And it was all right. They were talking. Adults. Talking.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't understand. Like, I mean, you're next to one another. Can't you just use your whisper voices?
Some people don't have that.
Indoor voice.
Yeah, like it was like in the middle of the
Why
movie.
do you need to talk?
Well, I, you know, my wife and I would whisper something here and there, or something like, "Oh, did you see this?" Or "Remember?" You know, I don't know. Maybe there's something. Either way,
It should be nothing.
I shouldn't hear you. And these people were talking.
Especially, I'm sure Mission Impossible is quite loud.
Yeah, but if I can hear you talking,
Yeah.
it's clearly
Too
a
much.
quiet part where something's important. Like, what do you do? How were you raised?
Well, so we go to go see the John Wick movie. It was good. King Scott texts me, goes, "Did you go to the game?"
I was excited
No.
for you.
And I go, "Oh, he's only texting me this because probably something exciting happened." And it was probably the best game in the last 5 years.
Yes. It was very exciting.
There was a walk-off home run, and it, like,
Oh man, you could have been there.
It landed right in the seat that
I
you were
know
going to be in.
everybody's. I look on social media, the greatest game ever.
Oh, my God.
Greatest game since 2011.
It landed in the
They had a
only
good
open
crowd there. It
two
was-
seats.
It's fine. John Wick was good. I had popcorn.
Was there a moment that she was squeezing your hand that you're like, I'm a bad dad?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
You're like, I could walk her out of here right now and be like, you know what? That was a bad decision
Yeah,
on
when
my
she
part,
ripped-
but this is a really good movie.
When she ripped the guy's eyeball out, I go, "This is."
Well, here's my question. Had she said,
Daughter's traumatized.
had she asked you, will you, we got to leave. Like, can we leave? Would you have said, why don't you go play in the arcade and I'll see you after the movie? Or would you have gone with her? That's
No,
the
I'm
real
definitely
question.
not going with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I remember when Ghostbusters 2 came out, man. I still have this vivid memory. My mom and I wanted to see Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and my brother was like, I want to see Ghostbusters 2. And he's 2 years younger than me. And my dad takes him to Ghostbusters, and we go to Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. We watched this movie. It was great. Me and my mom are bonding. We're kids. I'm a kid. And we walk out, and my dad is sitting there pretty pissed looking. And my brother's just on the bench. And I was like, whoa, I thought your guys' movie got out after ours. And he goes, we lasted 8 minutes. We've been sitting here on this bench since 8 minutes into the
Oh man,
My brother got so scared in the first scene of Ghostbusters 2 that he said, we got to leave.
Well, how old was he?
Man, I don't know. When did that movie come out? 89?
Yeah, I mean,
He was 7.
He was 17.
yeah, 7. She's 13.
Or 6. No, he was
You're
6.
fine. I'll even give you the keys. You can sit in the car.
Yeah, I don't see you being the dad to walk out after 8 minutes
Tickets are
of a movie anyway.
$16 a piece.
Right.
Yeah,
I get it.
exactly.
There's someone in the chat posting the same comment 4 times, so trying to like mansplain John Wick. It's so much more than his puppy.
What do you mean mansplain?
John Wick, what's to learn? So
Oh.
apparently she needed to know this. John Wick is known as the Babyaga, the boogeyman to anyone in the... No, it's a... Okay, man. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm not saying it's Citizen Kane,
Yeah.
but it's up there.
It's just funny.
Okay.
Like,
Up there. What are you
it's
talking
just
about?
funny, man. People...
I will.
You know I like all
It's
those.
so
you
much
see-
more. And I'm like, it's not. It's okay that it's not.
When
it
the
doesn't have
dog
to be.
gets killed, is it quite graphic on the... I can't handle dead animals.
No, but I think you hear it squeal though, don't you?
Oh, God. I
Probably.
can't. I'm not
It
watching
actually
that.
talks.
Hit me.
I could talk the whole time. No, I don't believe it's super graphic.
No, it's not
Not
super
compared to the rest of the movie.
No, you think they'll show.
I don't care about
They'll
guys
show-
getting their throats slashed.
Yeah, they'll
but
show
animals I
300,
care.
300 throat rips, but not a puppy getting killed.
Yeah.
No,
Right on.
that's
I'll
over the
watch it.
line.
That is over.
That is
over the line.
It is over the line.
I agree.
hilarious.
I agree.
DoesTheDogDie.com. No thanks.
I agree. No, the dog definitely dies, and this is the last straw for John Wick.
I get it.
But at the end of 4, when he dies, he sees the dog running at him.
He dies. Spoiler alert.
He said it already earlier in the broadcast.
Excuse me?
Wait, Keanu dies? Keanu, right? He's John Wick?
Now, when he dies, the dog's
Constantine.
in the clouds and says, "Come to
Yeah.
me, John.
Yeah, he runs out of the clouds.
Come to me."
Oh, man. It's like those TikTok videos of like the first thing you see in heaven is your
Baba
dead
Yaga.
dog running towards
Baba
you.
Yaga.
Baba Yaga, come to me. Rub my belly, Baba Yaga.
Is the dog's name Baba Yaga?
No, that's what they call him. He's the
The boogeyman.
the boogeyman, like a witch in Russian. But when they said, on the new one, when they said, "Who are you sending?" and they said, "The Baba Yaga," everyone went, "Whoa, there he is."
That's sweet.
Anyway, great movie, love it, 5 stars. You know, I'm into all that stuff. I love the Jason Statham movies. I love the John Wick movies.
The beekeepers, the bricklayers.
Oh, they showed the trailer for.
Pharmacists.
They showed the trailer for Nobody.
Yeah.
Oh, the second one?
The
Nobody
second
two.
one, Nobody 2.
Yeah.
Oh,
Same
Yeah.
guy? Is it, what's his
Bob
face?
Odenkirk.
Nobody also.
He's still pissed?
Yeah.
The dad is still mad.
No, he just wants to go on
He's-
vacation
I
with his
just- He
family.
just wants to retire.
I think there was an animal problem in Nobody for that one, too, right? He gets mad about something that they do to his kid's dog or something? Maybe not.
No, it's a stuffed animal. I
Stuffed
think.
animal. All right.
Yeah, get your action movie straight.
I know. Lady, get it together. It's Monday.
Now, so you flew, Hannah?
Yeah, I flew.
Flew from where?
It was St. Louis, LaGuardia, Montreal.
God, I'm glad they fly you direct.
And then Quebec City. Well, there is no direct anymore.
There's no direct to Montreal?
Bro,
from here?
we're not a direct kind of market.
Oh.
And I'll tell you what, man.
Here we go.
Don't even.
What time is it? It's 6:27.
Don't
Go
even
off.
get me started.
we don't
dude.
need to get going on that.
I
but-
was so pissy the whole time because, you know, I hate that airport. That's why I'm all about Midwest St. Louis airport. No, the flight went to LaGuardia, which, by the way, is finally, the construction is finally
Yeah, it's
done.
nice in there, huh?
Looks real nice.
Nice.
Hey-o, LaGuardia. To Montreal. And then on the way back, it was Quebec City to Toronto.
Any problems with TSA? You got your real ID. Everything's all good.
I'll tell you what, man. I thought it was going to be more of a thing coming back, you know, because a lot of people are getting like stopped, and the U.S. is just not a fun place to return to a lot of times.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think they even looked at anything.
You don't say.
I went up there. Well, first of all, I have my real ID, thank you. So it should be a breeze for me.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, guys. There
Rafe
is
is
a story. There is
activated.
a story I want to.
They
tell
did
you about.
ask on the way in St. Louis. They did ask about the real ID, like the little.
Well, it's got the star on
Did
it.
they ask if you fell for it?
No, the digital thing popped up and said, "Hey, you have to have a real ID now." And I was like,
Oh, because I've not flown since.
I'm not a petulant child. I have already had this for some time.
Well, you know, it's funny.
Burn.
My son got his license in the mail.
I am not a dork, so I don't have mine.
My son got his license in the mail, the physical one.
Yeah.
And he goes, Shh, real ID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was his head all
Tell
big?
Uncle Rafe to suck it.
Now, do the global entry. When I came
Global
back,
entry's amazing.
I skipped 400
Highly
people.
recommend.
400 people. 400 fools that were standing in line.
Well, I do want to bring something up, and there was a bunch of people that sent us emails about this, and I was going to bring this up last week. People got to stop using their Costco IDs to try to get through TSA.
Are you kidding me?
That's not part of the perks?
What do you mean? It's got a star on it, yeah? A little punch. Like
It's got my face on it.
Yeah, they do a background check.
Apparently, people are trying, and TSA say, you got to stop this. So there is a food blog called Chowhound, okay? And I guess they put on there like, hey, your Costco ID is good at TSA. And people are such fools.
What are you guys doing?
I show them my Hubbard key card when I go
Yeah,
through.
yeah.
The Albert
There you
card to
go.
get in. That
No
doesn't have your
picture.
picture on
No
it.
picture, but it has my name.
It just says rape.
It says the point, as in point me to my gate, because this is good for me to get through. And
So the
They
TSA,
taste
the Transportation Safety and Security Administration, they're telling people, hey, listen, your Costco membership card is not valid identification. Is not valid identification to get through airport security, all right? Please. You guys are morons.
idiots.
A TSA spokesperson said this myth resurfaces every year or so. And there was a Chowhound article titled, How Your Costco Card Could Save You at the Airport.
Dang.
And the post referenced Reddit users who said they'd used their Costco card at TSA checkpoints, arguing that the name and photo on the card should qualify as valid ID.
Oh, my gosh. Unless they're selling Kirkland brand pistachios, your Costco card will not help you.
Kirkland Plain.
Yeah.
If Costco was more enterprising, they could really cash in on this and make that part
They
of the
maybe
membership.
would team up.
Team up with TSA and be like, your Costco membership actually will get you
Yeah, you can get clear.
around the real ID.
You can get clear or Kirkland. Just
decide.
scan your eyeball. Hi, welcome to Costco. I love you. Scan your eyeball.
God, you got to be a moron. I think this would work. Honestly.
Right. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Well, it's worth trying.
I will say at TSA, I watched this one lady, and I'm totally guilty of this too. But this was one of the most recent times that I saw somebody just acting like a total B word, you know, about like, oh, I have to take my laptop out too, and then people going slow, and man, you look like a real dork when you're just huffing and puffing at TSA. And I'm totally guilty. I'm a total B word here and there. There's been some times where I get real pissy about it. But man.
But I mean, what are you getting pissy about? You've flown a million times. You know what the procedure is.
Sometimes it gets a little ridiculous, and sometimes it is, you know, inconsistent. You're like, wait a second, yesterday you didn't need this, and now
I know.
You need
Sometimes
this.
you need to take your shoes off. Sometimes you don't.
Yeah,
sometimes you need to take your your electronics out of your bag. Sometimes you don't.
It does get silly.
Whatever.
But I was. By the way, I pulled off something that I have not pulled off in a long time. All of us did. We headlined on Friday night, Saturday, whatever it was. We headlined and then had to drive an hour back to the chalets, the lake thing, and then we had to be at the airport. I had to be at the airport at 3 a.m. So no sleep. I pulled an all-nighter. And guys, at 44, all-nighters.
Feel good?
It's like doing drugs. It's very
it took
weird.
me a week and a half to recover.
It's very weird because it didn't hurt, but it hurt.
Yeah.
And I'm in the airport, and I fell asleep in like a lounger, which, by the way, they have in every other airport except for Lambert. And, you're just floating for a day when you have pulled an all-nighter in your 40s. It is a weird feeling.
Last all-nighter we did was when we stayed at the Bass Pro Shop.
Oh, yeah. That felt strange, too, didn't it?
Horrible.
Like we were okay. The next day was horrible.
The next day was horrible.
But
Horrible.
I do it often when I'm on the road with Kyle Kinane because he is a very, we're both in our 40s. We'll get out of the club. He'll want to go out, maybe have a drink or two. We get a burrito or something, and then we're sitting in the hotel room, and he's like, I got a 5 a.m. flight. It's 3 a.m.
Stay up with me.
And he's like, ride out the storm. Let's just ride out the storm. Yeah. Because he's like, we're at a point now in your 40s that's a risk to try to, like, lay down for an hour. And he's like, I'll miss my flight. He's like, just because I usually give him a ride to the airport, so, like, I'm on the hook for getting up, too.
Yeah.
right.
He's like, let's just ride it out. Let's see what's on Cinemax and eat these burritos
ride
and
the
ride the
snake,
storm.
man.
Yeah.
And we will, and then I'll take him to the airport at like 5 in the morning, and then you're kind of like he's a little drunk and a little delirious when he gets on the plane.
Yeah.
And then I just head out. And you do kind of get in a euphoric delirium.
It's that delirium when it's like...
A little slap happy.
When it's 6 o'clock in the morning and the sun's just coming up and you're driving somewhere and it's like, it's still got that morning chill.
Yeah. But it's also like this.
Like, am I on mushrooms or I've been up for 24 hours?
Right. Yeah. There's almost something a little spiritual about it. This is what happened. We got back to the chalet and we had 1 hour, and we only had 2 or 3 showers in the chalet thing to share. And the whole band was there, and the horn players. It's Matt and Johnny from Real Big Fish, and they're playing with Ice Nine Kills right now. So they had to fly out at the same time I did because they're going back down to New Orleans to play this Ice Nine Kills thing, and they're on tour with Metallica, I guess. So these guys, and they're pretty like crunchy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a couple of the guys like, I got the shower first, you know, and they go in there, and then they lit a fire in this big, what are those things called? Chimeneas? I just learned that word.
Chimenea.
So they got a big chimenea. They lit a fire, and they're sitting outside by the lake. And we're out in the middle of nowhere in Quebec. So it's pitch dark, silent. I'm like, this is the only time I'm going to have to myself and just like a nice little chill. So there's like a vacation hour. So I sat out there right next to this thing, just kind of warming up and just spiritually zoning out because it's 2 a.m. or whatever it is. 3 a.m. my time, 2 a.m. my time. Anyways, and I'm just kind of zoning. And then I realize, oh, crap, I don't have time for a shower. And I'm getting on a plane smelling like a campfire.
Nice.
So whoever's next to me is going to have to deal with this campfire hoodie for the next 2 flights. And that's exactly what happened.
Lern, when was the last time you pulled an all-nighter? It's been a while.
It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a long time. I can't even tell you the last time. But I've done it. I've done it at Pops.
we've all done it.
Yeah.
But we're now, it affects us a little more.
Absolutely.
We used to do it all the time.
I know.
I do whenever we go up to Lake Michigan, it's like an 8-hour drive or something, but going through Chicago, you always hit traffic. So I started leaving around 9 or 10 at night and just getting there in the early morning and then falling asleep then. But I guess I'm still getting some sleep.
Now that
I'll get up around 10 or something.
Thinking about it, Concrete and Gold Foo Fighters tour, when they played in Champaign, Tim and I went up there, and I had to come back the same night, be on the air the next morning in the morning show. And that was, I think kind of dozed off for a second because I was in the passenger seat, luckily. But I mean, that was essentially an all-nighter.
And you get that, like, the punch drunk.
Yeah.
Everything's kind of hazy. Everything's kind of like you're in Jello almost.
Yeah.
I get slap happy. I start like giggling a lot.
Yeah, then you kind of hit those.
Yeah, I get goofy.
I get all spiritual. I started listening to music, and I was like, wow, man. I never heard that before.
Well, I mean, you'll get like some boosts of energy every once in a while and crash down. But now it takes a lot more time to recover, at least for me. But all right, so you were up in Canada. I mean, are we all well-traveled people? I mean, Scott went on tour. Rafe, you go on comedy tours. Moon's been all over the place.
I'm probably the least well-traveled in this group. I was counting out some states earlier.
Well, I asked you guys, how many states have you been to?
Yeah. You want to know?
How many states have you? Moon says he's been to all 50.
That's incredible.
Yeah, all 50. I've played a show in 49 of them, and I dare you to try to figure out which state I have not played a show in. Only one.
Alaska?
Nope. I've played in Alaska.
Oh, yeah,
He
that's
talks
right.
about going there.
Many times.
Wyoming.
Nope. I played in Wyoming.
New Hampshire.
I played in New Hampshire.
Missouri.
I played in Missouri. I played everywhere.
You played Vermont.
Played Vermont.
Maine?
Played Maine.
You played Louisiana.
It's a southern state.
Alabama?
Nope.
Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Wow.
I've
Never
never
played
played a show in Mississippi.
Interesting.
I'm not sure there is a place to play.
Jackson.
In Mississippi.
Jackson.
Isn't that
Where
weird?
are you from?
Jackson.
Of all the states to not have played a show, Mississippi. I played in Montana. I played in Idaho. I've never played in Mississippi. It's
You
right
should
there.
Go play in Mississippi.
Go just to.
I'm not
check
sure
it
I
off
really
the
want
list.
to. I really don't like Mississippi.
You have to do it.
If I'm being
Don't leave
honest,
it broken.
I
You need
don't
to play all
want a
50
reason to go to
states.
Mississippi.
You start
Love
trashing
Mississippi.
Mississippi now.
What?
Okay.
It's pretty easy.
Looking at a map right now, counting them up.
All right, Scott, you've been to.
I've been to all the continental. I've never been to Alaska or Hawaii.
Whoa.
Okay. Whoa.
Yeah.
You've been to, 48
48,
states.
and
That's
I've been to
amazing.
almost every province in Canada as well.
Holy cow.
And 2
Okay.
states in Mexico. I'm trying to get all those in.
I'm just talking
Yeah, no.
states.
Yeah, just the only 48 so far.
Learn.
25.
Now, it doesn't count. It does
25.
not count.
That's almost half.
I
It's
know.
not
That is
counting
half.
like I'm driving through. I'm not driving through.
Yeah.
Well, why does
I'm
that
not-
count?
For this purpose, it does not count.
I think if you eat there,
Oh,
it
okay.
counts.
For the purposes of this conversation, driving through or going to the airport does not count.
I think driving through, stopping, eating, or finding something. Because like even on my trips down to like Louisiana and stuff, whenever I would drive through Tennessee or whatever, like you stop to eat. You maybe want to see something on your way. I
Right,
think it
that
counts.
counts.
What if you relieved yourself? Like you drove, border to border across Indiana, but you stopped at that one rest stop. That
And you
has
marked
the,
your territory if you're whizzing.
No.
So that
That's what
to
I'm
me, I
saying.
feel like it's a
No.
flag.
I mean, hey, you own it.
No,
basically.
you need to. You know. You know when you visited a state.
Yeah.
Yeah, 25.
I've never been to Texas. Like, I've been to the airport in Texas. Doesn't count.
Okay.
I was in Dallas for 3 hours
I can
at a
see.
layover.
Yeah, I can see how that doesn't count. But okay, but tell me this: let's say you fly through, you're going to Japan or someplace, and you fly through Macau, big, giant, beautiful airport. Wouldn't you say that you've been in Macau?
Heck yeah. I took credit for Austria.
Stopped
when
over in Macau. Now, when we went to Israel, we stopped in Portugal, but we got out and went
To a restaurant or something?
to a restaurant.
So you would say, I've been to Portugal.
I've been to
But
Portugal.
it's because of the restaurant.
Because we left the airport, got into a cab, and had to recheck back in.
So you see the airport as like a no man's, like a portal or something. It doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
If you've been to Four Corners, you count all 4.
You better.
If you put your foot in 4 corners, do you get Utah, Colorado, Arizona, and New Mexico?
You better,
you
because
stop
that's one of the
yourself.
worst monuments ever. It's
Ever.
so stupid. It's a piece of concrete.
Just curious.
Don't
Oh,
bother.
you counting that?
You have to. It's the only thing you
No.
get when you go
You went
there.
to a landmark
I'm
in
asking
every
you.
state.
Just because it's such a
It's
pathetic
the
tourist,
stupidest thing.
tourist trap.
Should at
we'll
least
give it
get
to you.
something out of
Yeah,
it.
you have to get something. That and the T-shirt.
I've been to all 4 of those states in other capacities, but I'm curious.
So how many states have you been to? Lern?
25.
25.
Okay, that's good.
I'm actually impressed, King. You've been to the whole continent.
Rafe?
Yeah.
I'm going to say like 40,
40.
42-ish. Never been to Alaska. Never been to Idaho, but I'm going there. I have shows in Idaho this year, so I'm going to be knocking that one off.
Boise?
Heck yeah. Boise?
I've been to Yellowstone, which I think goes into Idaho.
West Yellowstone does.
so I don't know if I was there or not. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know which side I went in on, so I'm not counting it. And then the upper northeast has evaded me. I've never been to Maine, Vermont, or New Hampshire. Never seen the leaves change.
Go there in early September. You'll love it.
So I've been to around.
And then Rhode Island, too. I don't think I've ever actually set foot in Rhode Island. So that's 4, 5 is Alaska, 6 is, so I'll say 44.
So you guys are like, maybe with the exception of Lern, counting how many states you have not been to.
That was
Like,
easier
that's easier
for
for
me.
you guys to count how many states you have not been to. I've been to around 17.
What you mean around?
I don't know, maybe.
I mean, you seem to have strict criteria. You should have a definitive number.
There are some like hockey trips I've gone with my son that I don't remember.
Do you mainly, is it mid? Because for me, a lot of my traveling has been Southwest and Midwest. You know, like I've stayed in like literally the middle latitude of the entire continental United States. Like,
interesting.
never really have gone up north. Like I've never been to the
Pretty
Dakotas.
much checked off all the Northeast states, except for I've never been to Maine.
Yeah, I'd like to go there.
I've had so many chances to go and haven't gone. There was like an improv thing there I got asked to teach at for 4 summers in a row. Should have done it.
In
Like,
Portland?
you know, I've never been to Oregon. I've never been to
Well, I was talking about Maine, but-
Washington. I've never been to New Mexico. I've never been to Utah. I've never been to Colorado.
Oh, dude, head west, young man.
I've never been to Nebraska. You know.
Okay.
Well, Nebraska.
You can
See,
skip
like,
that
remember,
one.
remember we went to Kansas City? We went into Kansas. I didn't count that.
You've never been to Omaha,
Yeah, that doesn't
Doug?
count.
Wait, he stayed the night there in Kansas.
I don't think that.
No.
I understand if you wouldn't count that.
I wouldn't. We stayed in a Walmart parking lot. That doesn't count.
Yeah, it was.
But you went.
But that's still Kansas.
It
City.
doesn't count.
I mean, I guess it counts if
Yeah,
you're.
you've been
If
there.
you're. If this is a competition.
I've never been to Georgia. I've never been to South Carolina.
Dang.
I would say head
know
west,
how.
dude. West is the greatest. It is the. I mean, it makes you realize how big and beautiful this country is.
You want to go to the Northeast, right, Moon?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, everybody go northeast.
Go northeast.
Do not
Everyone
go west.
that way.
Go
Okay.
northeast.
So somebody asked, and I think here would be different because when you ask a person from St. Louis if you've ever been to another state before, I mean, Illinois is a half hour away.
Right.
Was there an S there?
Somebody, you know, the people were asked, have you visited another state? And there 5% of people, 5% of American adults have never been to another state.
Really?
5% of U.S. adults have never been to another state.
Those kids? Oh, no, adults. You said adults.
Adults.
My good buddy's mother has never left St. Louis.
Never been to Illinois.
Never left St. Louis. And to me, I always saw that as like really sad. And I know that might seem condescending.
No,
or
of
whatever,
course that's
but,
sad.
But like to me, I'm just like, dude, nothing opened my mind more than travel.
Okay,
Like,
so-
just traveling the planet and realizing there's 1,000 ways to live and none of them are right or wrong. It's like, I don't know, man. It just made me love people more and respect the world more, and it just like the narrow mind is one that
Yeah.
is
We had
the
dinner
narrow
with-
driveway.
I've also
you know?
had the experience in the United States, and you probably, I don't know if you've had this, of seeing like how cookie cutter the United States can be. It's kind of like when you go to other states and you're just like, oh my God, it's just the same stores and the
Right,
same
yeah.
strip malls and the same,
Marshalls and Target. And
all these towns look like they were just like Minecrafted.
Well, a lot
into
of
these
the
places.
suburbs are the same. A lot of the suburbs are the same.
And that's where a lot of the comedy clubs are. So when I go to these cities and others, I've had both experiences where I'm like, oh, this is a whole different way to live. And I'm like, everybody's living the same.
Wait, you guys got a Chick-fil-A right next to the Applebee's? Oh, we got that too here.
There's a
Oh.
nail salon right next to this Kohl's.
yeah, this is why bands say they live in Groundhog Day, because you walk off the bus, the
It does
exact same
feel that
setup,
way.
same
Yeah.
buildings.
So we had dinner with some friends on Friday night, and you know, how's your dad doing? Oh, they just got back from the Panama Canal. I go, Panama Canal?
Fancy.
And she goes, well, my dad always wanted to visit the Panama Canal, and he's in his
interesting.
70s, and that's where they went. Like
Nice.
not to visit. They wanted to go to Panama. He always wanted to see the Panama
canal.
Canal, and they took a boat.
Heck yeah.
And they went through the
Oh,
Panama.
they went through it?
They went through the Panama Canal.
Panama.
How many hours did they wait? Because there's a line.
Oh no, it took like 2 weeks.
I was gonna say, dude, like I've been to the canal, and like you see a line, and they explain to you how it all works. And
Oh,
these
it took like 2 weeks to get through, but he got nothing to do.
Right.
He's retired.
That's amazing. He got to go through the locks, though. That's
The whole
cool.
thing.
that
Did he
would
meet,
be really
Did he
fun.
meet any zoners?
He always wanted to go through the Panama Canal. That was, hey, before I die, I want to see the pyramids. I want to go through the Panama Canal.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's
That is
special.
cool.
I'm like, that is badass.
I got to see it. I was there, and you go up and you watch these ships come through. And right when I was there, this big giant ship came through. And what did it do? It like took its flags down and had a whole bunch of dudes with machine guns on the side of the boat, just watching us,
Oh, yeah.
just creeping through, just watching us. I was like, whoa!
All right, so
What is on that?
So 5% of American adults have never visited another U.S. state. Now, if you live here in St. Louis, that's pretty sad because, again,
It's right there.
it's right there. Although, what reason do you have to go over there?
Shawnee
My
National
mom
Forest.
lives over there.
Your mom lives over there.
Chicago's over there.
We go to a Hot Shots every once in a while.
My
on
The
mom
East Side's
lives
over there.
over
You gotta go
What are you
watch
talking
the
about,
Eagles
dude?
and all that.
Belleville.
Strip clubs.
There's so many reasons.
We got a national forest within
Moms
2
and
hours.
strip clubs are both over there.
Haunted
for
Alton.
some of us. Haunton.
Well, you guys are from
Haunted.
there.
Yeah, so you're from New York. I still want to go to New York.
Okay, but what I'm saying is you live in St. Louis. You have a reason to go to Illinois.
Yeah.
Your friend's mother, what reason would she have to go to Illinois?
Yeah,
None.
I mean,
That's ridiculous.
She's not a hiker.
She's not going to the Hot Shots O'Fallon. She's not going to
Yeah.
Roxy's on the East Side. She's not going to Pops.
There's some nice state parks over there. Garden of the Gods.
Not everybody loves state parks.
Okay. There's
Well,
good food.
you don't know this woman any better than I do.
I know this woman better than you know
We're
her.
Maybe
both
my mom needs to
projecting
invite her
on.
over.
You're saying what reasons? I don't know what reasons she has. I don't know what she's into.
Obviously, no reason.
She's an
not-
Illinoisist.
She's not into anything.
We
Maybe
have
she's
reasons to
trying
go
to
over
keep
there.
her. Maybe she's proud of this.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't know. Maybe she's had lots of opportunities to travel. And she's like, you know what? I want to be the one person who's never visited 49 states in the United States.
Yeah, screw Lincoln, you know?
She kind of is proud of it.
Yeah, I just remember as a kid, I came up to St. Louis, was riding a Metrolink, and I sat next to this old lady, and she'd been in St. Louis for ages, like basically her whole life. She was born somewhere else, but moved here as a kid, and she was old. And so I was like, man, do you go to the Arch? What do you do around here? She's like, oh, I've never been downtown. And like she was riding a Metrolink. She had never been to that area, and I thought, how?
Where and from where?
It was in one of I don't know which. It was probably between Del Mar and I don't know one of those sections we were on the Metrolink.
No,
there.
where is she from?
Here in town. Yeah, originally I
part
think
of
she was
town?
born in like D.C. maybe. What's
Allegedly the West.
that? Yeah,
Where's
she had never been to the Arch or like Busch Stadium or any of that stuff, and I was
Yeah.
like, come on.
I'm fairly certain my buddy's mom has never left South County. Now that I'm thinking about it, because she was born in South County, raised in South County. She still lives.
She's
in South
never had a reason to go outside of South County. That's
County.
crazy.
Never had a reason.
That's crazy. Well, okay, so
looking
without,
at-
go ahead, Rafe.
I would like to know this. I'm looking at a U.S. map, and I want to know how did Wyoming and Colorado negotiate their border? They're the only rectangle states that they're like, we're not doing squiggly borders. Deal with it, and they got it. Colorado and Wyoming. What kind of trump card were they playing when they divvied up all the states to get a perfectly rectangle state? Because everywhere else, you got to be like,
There was like a show. I think
Yeah,
there was
I've
a
seen-
Discovery
You're right.
Channel
How the
show
states
or
were
a
made.
YouTube. Yeah, how the states were made. And they talk about like all the borders and all that kind of stuff. Fascinating stuff. Obviously, it was
I would
only
actually watch
I
fascinating
know.
to
I've
us.
nerded out on that.
Yeah, me too.
really? I actually
I've
would
nerded
watch
out on
that, and
stuff.
that makes me feel really dorky. But
Yeah, how the
Okay,
states
so with
were
all
made.
this being said,
okay,
can you name the most? I have the 4 most visited states.
yes,
What are the 4 most visited states in America?
New York,
That's number 2.
California.
That's number 4.
Arizona.
Most visited states?
Well, I mean Grand Canyon, bro.
No.
Vegas,
Florida?
Nevada.
Fine, forget it.
No.
Florida.
Florida's number 1.
Texas.
Is number 3. Okay, so Florida, New York, Texas, California, kind of obvious. Not surprisingly, the most visited states. But what are the least visited states?
The Dakotas.
I'm going to need you to be specific.
North Dakota.
North Dakota.
North Dakota is the 2nd least state visited.
They're having a boom.
I'm
right
gonna
now.
go
Mississippi.
No,
I'm gonna
Okay.
say Maine.
no,
New Hampshire.
no.
No, those are beautiful places. Everybody goes.
I know, but they're way up there.
I know, but a lot of the New Yorkers go up there to go
Oh,
look at
you're
the
right.
leaves
You're
change.
right. All right, I'll say
Nebraska.
Nope,
Give me Iowa.
nope,
Idaho,
no.
Montana.
Yes, number 4.
Montana. What?
Really?
Should be the
Good.
most
That's where everybody's going. I feel like
Yeah,
moving.
I think if you haven't been there yet, you should
Wyoming.
be allowed to go to.
Wyoming, no.
Did you say if you haven't been there, you're not allowed to go?
Yeah.
Just close the borders?
Yeah, because it's such a good state.
Alaska.
I feel like
Alaska,
only
yes, that's
those
the
who've
least
been there.
visited state.
Oh, okay.
Alaska. And then you're missing number 3, which I was actually shocked by this.
Iowa.
No, it's Vermont.
Oh, really?
I knew it was going to be one of those. Up
Okay.
there.
Oh, man.
It's an easy one to forget, I guess. Up there.
Just
Well-
no one. They're tiny. I thought Vermont was more famous for the leaves. That's why I chose New Hampshire.
I thought Vermont would be because of the skiing.
There's
it's
not a
close
lot
to-
of pass-through stuff, though. Like, so Matt from Real Big Fish. And
I also thought
Goldfinger.
Vermont bordered New York, so it had a better chance of the New York influx than New Hampshire.
That's why I was surprised.
Matt, our sax player, is from Vermont, real small town, about 5,000. And his parents came up to the show in Granby this last weekend. And he said, yeah, this is as close to a hometown show as I'm going to get. I was like, really? There's nothing closer to where you live in Vermont, where concerts would go? And he's like, no. So his parents came up, an hour and a half into Canada to see the show.
Because it's basically the top part of Vermont is the suburbs of Montreal.
Yeah,
Wow.
I had no idea it was that close.
Metro, I guess.
Hey, get out there and travel, guys.
You get out.
Get out of South County.
Heck yeah.
Where do you want to go next? Where's the next state you're
Yeah.
going?
The next state?
Yeah. You need to make a plan.
Ohio.
You know,
Sorry to hear that.
Right on.
Hey, exciting.
I'm going to add Michigan as my state next month. I'm excited.
congrats.
Ohio is just Missouri with more of an ego because it has more cities.
You going
I like
to the
Ohio.
thumb? Going up to the thumb of Michigan?
To be honest with you, man, I have no idea where I'm going. My mother has
man.
planned this trip, and it's just I'm mooning out. Like I know what flight I'm on.
Yeah.
Somebody's picking me up at the airport.
Show up.
That is.
You
Point
gotta
me
go
in
to
the direction.
Nice.
My
Hard to
Taipei is
believe.
gone.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you the best town is Flint. You got to go to Flint and just hang out. It's wonderful up there.
Is there water clean yet?
You know,
Probably not.
Okay.
Just drink bottled water. You'll be fine.
I know we're used to seeing it, but as I'm sitting here, you ever stared at a map of the U.S. too long to where you were like, we got a weird shaped country?
Oh yeah, it's a
We're
splatter.
a weird ass country. It looks like a little kid tried to draw a snail or something.
Or
And
fried chicken.
like a kindergartner, we're like, yep, that's us. We're claiming that area.
Or it looks like a big like a sperm whale with like algae on it.
Yeah, I was wiener.
You know,
ass.
it's
Yeah.
a big wiener.
Big wiener.
There's a letter.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I can
You
see
gotta
it.
see it in black. Like, look at this. When you see it in this, it's just like a weird.
Yeah. No,
plot
it's
test.
we're
It's like
we're
a-
an odd looking country.
Strange teapot.
We're
as
an
far as
odd
geography
looking
goes.
country.
No, I'm going to Ohio in July, July 4th.
Whoa,
I need
that's
to go pick my son up from Miami University in Ohio.
That doesn't make no sense.
But
Almost went
that's
there.
That's the university in Ohio,
Ben Roethlisberger.
Miami of Ohio, and
I don't like non-Florida Miami.
I know I don't either. But
Like
this is where he's going.
Oklahoma.
So he's going to hockey camp there. It's some big hockey camp, and July 4th is when the camp ends. I go, wow.
what a dumb. What
I
a
know.
what a
Independence
know.
Day.
what a stupid thing to do.
I know, and we're driving yesterday. And my wife goes, we got to pick the kid up from hockey camp on the 4th. And she goes, would you mind going by yourself? I go, really? Road trip, just me? To go pick up the boy? I thought you'd never ask.
Answer
So much
to
prayers.
Answer to
5.5
prayers.
hours by myself?
Everybody's gonna be happy.
Road trip? Just you're not in the car?
You get a vacation. She still gets a holiday.
Oh!
It's a win.
She goes, you're a little too enthusiastic about this. I go, yeah.
No, just the right amount.
Yeah, it's great you're not going.
I had a 3-hour solo drive yesterday. I was in Springfield, Missouri, and I got up at 6:30 and I hit the road at 7 to be back in town early for my Copper Fire show. And it was like the perfect morning. Like the sun was coming up. You're driving into the sun.
Yeah.
Marshall Tucker band, like on repeat, just driving 44.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm
It
going
was
to do.
awesome.
Because it's 5.5 hours. So there's
Is this Columbus?
wherever that is.
Miami, Ohio.
Miami University of in Ohio.
Where's Miami, Ohio?
Oxford, Ohio.
That's it. 5.5 hours from my door to there. Do I go the night before?
Yeah.
Because I was told that's a pretty cool college town.
Yeah.
Go the night before.
But
Yeah.
college is out, so it's not like
That's even better.
Yeah, but it's still fun.
None of these young
And
people
then
walking
what
around.
am I going to do?
It means you won't stick
Go to
out
a
as much.
pub.
Somebody goes, it's a college town. I go, And what am I going to do?
Let's see what you're going to drive
Go
through.
to Fraternity Row and just go, hello, youngins.
Oh, that's not as far. That's just over
you're in
the border.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, it's north of Cincinnati.
Okay.
Hello, youngins. Who's ready to
5-hour
party?
drive. 5-hour drive. You're going to go through Indianapolis. Dude, you could stop in Indy. There's some great
I'm not
Thai
stopping anywhere. I'm
restaurants in
going there.
Indianapolis.
Yeah, he's on a road trip by himself. This guy's he's going for a record time.
Oh,
You know what you
man.
do? I know you don't want to stop, but stop the night before in Terre Haute, Indiana, and just have a great time.
Richard and Carol Cox Art Museum. That's nice.
In Oxford, Ohio?
Yeah, I'm looking for activities for you, bud.
I don't need activities.
Yeah,
Hey,
you
they
do.
got
You
an
need somewhere to
aquatic center.
eat.
Can we book it for you?
I need somewhere to eat.
Here we go.
Are they playing down
plan
at
a
the
schedule.
Goggin Ice Center?
Yes.
The Pickle and the Pig.
The Walton Goggins Ice Center.
Gaslight Brew House. Mac and Joe's.
Pedal and Wicks.
Mac and Joe's.
Steinkeller.
Oh, the Paisano's Pasta House.
You got a castle.
It's right by the Ice Palace.
They have a state park there.
Well, yeah, I'll be sure to go there.
Sigma Alpha Mumu Psi
Just know while you're
chapter.
enjoying the sights and sounds of Oxford, Ohio, I'll be in Myrtle Beach on a jet ski in the ocean. Like
I
Kenny
hate you.
Powers.
Dude, you got to go to the Pickle and the Pig. and you
Tina's
gotta
gonna be
get
topless.
The Yankee pot roast. Okay.
Get the Yankee pot roast.
This is your
at
Yankee
the
pot
Pickle
roast.
and the Pig.
Slow cooked roast has savory beef, red wine gravy, ladled over meat,
No.
carrots, and mixed potatoes.
Or they say it actually in Ohio, ladled.
Ladled. I am quite ladled.
Ladle me some of that gravy.
Ohio.
They got the angry Italian. That's also a dish for you.
Oh,
Hey,
There you go.
named after me.
If you wanna make
Tagliatelle
Rafe
pasta.
jealous, you
check
want to make
this
Rafe
out,
jealous?
dude. You could take an orienteering class. Participate in the sport of orienteering with Orienteering Club in Cincinnati or Houston Woods,
Oh,
Oxford.
I can orienteer the hell out of maps.
That sounds like something you would actually like. That's like a doomsday survival thing. You're into that kind of stuff. Plus, you can come back with an orienteering badge to show your kids. Pretty cool.
Yeah, you can sew it on your sash.
Sure.
That'd be cool. And
Well-
if you want to make Rafe really jealous, you can go to the covered bridge. They have a historic covered
That's
bridge.
sweet.
Anyway,
Better not.
Just saying.
You better not, dude.
go to the covered bridge without me.
Ooh, I'll be mad.
He gets really upset.
Oh,
I thought we were doing
I'll-
that together.
I'll fight you, dude. You promised me.
Well, I'm going by myself, and I'm looking forward to it. Is it July 3rd yet?
You promised me all the bridges of Madison County. Me and you.
Before we move on, there's a couple things before we move on. I want to bring up this story, and I think my opinion is going to differ from other people's opinion on this. So there's a couple in Virginia. They said their quick thinking during a medical emergency was met with unexpected resistance at a Starbucks. So here's the story. So there's a 38-year-old guy. His name is Kevin Key, and he's battling stage 4 kidney failure. Okay, he's out with his wife, Nelisa. They're at the Short Pump Town Center in Richmond, Virginia. They were there for a comedy show, and things took a scary turn. So Kevin, again, suffering from stage 4 kidney failure, he felt sick. He starts sweating. He starts throwing up. Something Nelisa knew from experience meant this man urgently needs ice water to help stabilize him. So frantic, the wife runs into the closest place she could find. It's a crowded Starbucks. And even though there's a long line, she hurries to the counter, explaining to everyone, hey, my husband's having an emergency. I just need ice water. And she explains to everybody. Everyone's like, yeah, go ahead. And she explained it to the barista. My husband's having a medical crisis. I desperately need water. Customer's understanding. Starbucks employee was not. She was told twice, excuse me, you need to get in line. She says, my husband is out there. He's dying.
Right.
He needs water. I'm sorry, ma'am. You see the line there? You're going to need to get in line.
What?
Kevin, the husband, stunned by the response, saying a situation that should have taken less than 10 seconds to get water turned into a nightmare instantly. He worried that waiting could have made his condition worse. Thankfully, right across from the Starbucks was a Capital One cafe. So, yeah, she didn't get the water.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
She ran across to another cafe, and the staff over there immediately gave her a cup of water with no hesitation. Kevin felt better almost instantly. Weeks later, he got He got to meet the employee over at the other cafe who helped him out, thanked her in person. In fact, happy ending for this guy. He recently found a kidney match with his sister-in-law and is scheduled for a transplant next month.
Wow.
But I know you're thinking, man, this Starbucks employee, what an a-hole. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, I want to hire this person.
Because they stick to their guns?
We need a stickler, guys, a stickler to the rules.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need somebody to really hold it down.
Let's hear this.
We need somebody who, I don't care what's going on, rules is rules.
At a Starbucks? I understand.
I need somebody to hold the line.
If you're talking about a mom and pop shop where you're dealing with all sorts of idiots, you don't have a big corporate backing, fine. You're right. This is a Starbucks, sir. Like, this thing is a well-oiled machine that can deal with anything coming its way. You can't give this person a water?
When was the last time you met somebody that was not swayed by drama? Oh, you're dying. Okay, I need water. I'm sorry, there's a line. This person in front of you is having a caffeine crisis.
You're saying this
They need their latte immediately.
as the owner of the place. You need a water? This is a whole different story. You would not want a stickler in your situation if you were
I don't
dying.
know. I'm kind of appreciative of it.
Well, it's not a good stickler because everyone in line said, yeah, go in front of us. So she did the line.
But
She just
again,
got to
this
go in
is
front of
somebody that's
everyone.
not swayed by anybody else. Hey,
Rules is rules.
I'm a Starbucks employee. I was told no line cutting. I don't care what's happening.
This man is dying.
No line cutting. I don't care who's dying. Can anybody else appreciate this with me?
I think you're a crazy person.
Okay, I'm on my own.
I'll join you.
Rafe, come on, buddy. Sure. Scott?
Yeah, I'll join
R&R
you.
Express. There
Why
you go.
not?
To hell with them.
Scott, you're my buddy. Rafe, come on, buddy.
I'm in. As long as we're going to the covered bridge, I'm in.
I want this guy, if I own a business, I want this guy manning my counter. No freebies. No line cutting. This man is holding it down.
You want the soup Nazi?
I want the soup Nazi.
He's part of the Holy Trinity of our RizzShow office, so I understand.
And this guy, the Starbucks employee, is getting a lot of heat, and I think it's unwarranted. I think this man should get a raise. And I think probably they should give him his own store to manage. Because if you want things done right, this guy's upper management material.
No brew for you.
Upper management material. Holding the line, not swayed by anything. There's a man dying out there. He needs water. I'm sorry.
We have rules.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry to hear that. Good luck with that.
Take a number.
And
If I'm dying, I'm jumping the counter. I don't care about rules.
Yeah. I'm taking the, like they have the cream over, because now all the Starbucks, they're acting like they're old school coffee shops again. And so they have like the creamer just sitting out on a counter somewhere. I'm just taking that out to the car.
Yeah, yeah.
And milk was a bad choice, but not in this
Gulp,
instance.
gulp, gulp.
Gulp it down.
Yeah, sorry. You just slap a 10 on the counter and it's just boop.
Well,
Taking
this guy, again, has got upper management material written all over it. And this is the guy that I want manning my store. So,
Okay.
also, you guys want to hear about the Bouncy House? Or we could do that later.
Bouncy House.
Yeah.
Bouncy House disaster?
Yeah.
Bouncy House heroics?
No, disaster.
No. Oh, no.
Or it could have been worse.
Okay.
Gust of wind
Oh, no.
With children inside?
with children inside.
Oh, no.
kids love this.
Flying Bouncy House.
Flying Bouncy House.
You got to be kidding
Two
me.
kids fell out.
Oh, my goodness. Everyone's
okay?
okay. Everyone's okay.
What a ride.
Tell me everyone's okay.
Well, I mean, everybody lived.
Goodness.
I'm sure there's trauma and probably some therapy in the future.
You know those big inflatable like schedule things that they have at festivals? Scott and I saw one of those things break loose, and I think actually someone did maybe pass away.
All right, imagine this. You're at a fun school fundraiser. The sun is shining. The kids are having a blast in the bouncy castle. Things take a terrifying turn. This happened at a primary school in South Africa. Out of nowhere, a powerful gust of wind swept through the event and sent an untethered bouncy castle flying 40 feet into the air.
Oh, you're in
With
trouble
kids
now.
still inside.
Untethered.
Untethered. Parents and bystanders could only watch in horror as the inflatable soared high, spiraling above the field. Then in a heart-stopping moment, 2 kids lost their grip and fell. Quick-thinking parents rushed underneath and formed a human crash pad trying to cushion their fall. Thanks to their actions, the kids survived. Both seriously hurt. One had a fractured skull, the other a broken arm, rushed to the hospital. Thankfully, both have since been released and are getting, yes, trauma counseling. Witnesses said it was a miracle the kids survived at all. Quote, when I fell, I thought they were dead.
Gosh.
But all the places they could have landed, it was right over a group of parents who reached up and managed to break their falls. They definitely saved those kids from much worse injuries. Did you see the video?
No, I'm looking it up now.
Like little rag dolls. When was the last time you were in a bouncy castle and didn't slam your head into somebody else's head?
I do pretty well.
You do well?
Yeah.
Well, we rented, so there wasn't like.
Do you tuck yourself into a
It was just
corner?
us.
No, the kids are afraid.
Or you go full.
I'm just
like,
flailing
I'm king
about.
of this castle.
Yeah,
Or queen of this castle.
I am the king.
Dude, the still picture is crazy looking.
Oh yeah.
Is this? I'm assuming this is a kid falling out here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
My
Not funny.
gosh,
That shouldn't
dude.
have looked around and looked at that. That's not funny
That's
at
a
all.
kid right
That's
there.
a kid falling out.
That's the movie Up.
Yeah.
At least he landed.
Yeah, that thing 40 feet in the air, and there were kids inside, and some kids held on, some kids did not.
Dude, if he landed it, though, what a cool ride.
Oh, yeah.
If you're one of the ones that held on and just rode it, that's awesome. That's like Pecos Bill riding into the tornado. That's the closest you'll ever be to inside the eye of a tornado.
Gosh. Yeah, if you rode it, yeah, if you
rode the
with all
snake,
your might, and just hung on.
you just, yeah.
Wow, dude.
Because, I mean, it's going to be a soft landing. You're in a bounce house. When it comes down,
Unless it's
you get a
upside
bounce.
down.
Unless it lands upside down.
No,
That's-
this is upside down.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's why these kids are coming out of it.
yeah, it went onto its side.
Speaking of the movie Up,
Oh, man.
Oh, dude.
Dude, what the hell? Play
It-
that
and-
again.
and it spins.
That's crazy.
Yeah, look at this thing take
Whoa, there goes Tyler.
Holy crud.
Look at this guy trying to catch the kid.
That's what I'm saying. And like you said that, you know,
my
he
God.
fell on the parents.
They fell on the parents.
But only the parents are standing. I mean, the parents are only standing right there. Had this kid fallen
Yeah.
anywhere else, he's just hitting
There's
grass.
2 kids coming out, dude. There's one almost down, and there's a second.
Where'd the second one go?
I don't know, dude. Heaven, I think.
oh
go.
my Lord.
This is a different one.
That's a different one.
Yeah.
I just
You gotta
picture a
tether
good
those things
Far
down.
Side with this one as the
Dude.
punchline, you know?
My goodness.
Well, I do have a
Right
buddy.
there. That kid's the second
Oh,
one.
this kid.
That kid.
I didn't even see him fall out.
Oh,
Where did
yeah.
he come out?
He's first one out.
Did he find a window?
And honestly, got himself rotated into a good position to be caught.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's coming down
Not
like
looking
this
at
is a
coming down
training
that one.
exercise.
Second
One of
kid.
them landed on his head.
Second
That kid
kid's
needs-
coming out a little more in a tailspin.
This kid needs to become a musician and have that as his album cover.
Yo, no kidding. Had this come any further, look at this. Had he held on any longer,
Dude,
he'd have landed on a fence over here.
someone on the internet's going to turn this into like a John Cena meme, like that kid coming down with a big elbow or something.
Yeah. Here's what it sounded like. I can't really hear much, but
There's a bouncy top.
20
Say what?
feet.
What fools put this down and didn't tether the
Untethered.
thing? There's like 2 or 3 of them.
Well, if you have
No,
kids,
and I-
wait.
there was just a story, and there was a real tragic one. I think they settled last week.
It's the one from last year. Because when I looked
Yeah.
up the video, it kept showing one from 20, or it kept.
Yeah, oh yeah, Australia bouncy castle operator cleared in tragedy that killed 6 kids. 6 kids died.
Kids go. Wow. All right, so this is the first kid. He's
2021.
He's 20 feet in the air. Oh, okay. There's just 1, 2. They're one after the other. Oh my gosh, he's lucky.
Yeah,
talk
tie your bounce houses down.
Talk about a guardian angel, man.
Tether him down.
They were thinking about doing a live action of Up, and Harrison Ford's going to play the old man. Isn't that perfect?
Yeah.
Of all the people.
It was written for
I mean, Ed Asner's dead.
Yeah.
Who's at The Voice, but
That'd be good.
Harrison Ford would be a good one.
Curmudgeon-y. Perfect.
All right, let's take a break. But first, all right, today's Team Rizz Member of the Day is brought to us by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, the official sports bar of the Rizz Show and home to St. Louis sports fans since 1990. From Troy, Missouri, Ethan Dillon is our Team Rizz Member of the Day.
First names.
Ethan Dillon. Ethan is a longtime listener, loves the whole team, listens to the podcast every day, loves Do It Bitch, loves Matchup with Moon, and just the general opening chatter every day. Ethan is a local police officer, loves playing disc golf, and is a huge Chiefs fan.
All right.
And Ethan will always cherish the Burton bobblehead he has and misses him dearly. Ethan Dillon from Troy is our Team Rizz Member of the Day. Get super sweet Team Rizz Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Rizz. All right, Lern, what do you got for us?
Jared Leto is in the news. New Turnstile sounds really good, especially with Haley Williams. The international way to say hello to the Kardashians and songs that suck from the 1970s.
All right, we got that. We got your crappy birthdays, the porno birthday, all that and more next in your Crab on Celebrity. Stay there. Welcome back to the program. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Rizz. The socials at RizzShow Show. Your emails, RizzShow at 1057thepoint.com. Instant feedback through the 1057 The Point mobile app. Also, our text line is 314-649-DUMB. Sex Time Fun Facts coming up. Rafe's got the relationships segment. Rafe on relationships.
There it is.
A couple things before we get to crap on celebrities. So that Nintendo Switch came out.
Yeah.
Was it last week? Was it last Friday?
It was.
They already sold 3 million of those things.
How many of those were pre-orders? Because that was the big news. So many people pre-ordered, and then like Walmart and Target dumped a lot of the pre-orders.
Yeah. So Nintendo has not officially released their numbers, but 3 different sources are reporting that the company sold 3 million Nintendo Switch 2s.
Damn.
And within the first 24 hours. So the previous record for first day sales belonged to the PlayStation 4, moving more than 1 million consoles in its first 24 hours. The Switch 2 is not without controversy, though. GameStop is investigating claims that customers in New York were receiving damaged ones after employees stapled receipts to the Switch 2 boxes, idiots puncturing the screens.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Not cool.
Resale scams are also popping up with sites like Yahoo Auctions banning all Nintendo Switch 2 sales so people aren't getting ripped off. So beware. They're tough to find. Luckily at my house, nobody's asking.
That's good. Not yet.
No, I think we're past that. I told you how my son played me on the PlayStation 5, where it's like, I bet you can't get me one. And then my ego got the best of me.
Yeah.
I go, oh, you don't think your dad can get you one? Oh, okay. Your dad could get you one.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing.
I know. Luckily, we're not. I think we're past all that. Article in the Post-Dispatch on the website, stltoday.com. Ready for this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Local Illinois spot airs on bar rescue in June. Nothing was staged, owner says.
I wonder who's going to be that.
I wonder what episode they're talking about.
Me too.
Could it be the episode where Lern and I guest star?
Could be.
Could be. And here's what it says. A local Illinois bar will be featured on reality television series Bar Rescue this month. A year after host entrepreneur John Taffer helped revamp the business. And we looked it up earlier. So Lern and I filmed that June 18th of last year. So almost a year. Almost a year ago.
Yeah.
We filmed this thing.
I'm so excited. I got Paramount Plus just in time. However, the new season of Bar Rescue isn't like there on Paramount Plus. I mean, you can watch it on the live TV version of Paramount Plus, but it doesn't have like this year's. Because I wanted to watch like
I wanted to
Courtney
watch
Landrum's.
Courtney's on.
Yeah.
So Greg Warren was on this week's. Yesterday.
Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it.
Damn it.
Our episode is coming up on June 29th, which I think we may be the series finale.
Which kind of worries me because I'm like, oh no.
Well, without getting too much into it, there was a lot of drama.
Yes.
When we were there. Like, it was exactly what we wished for.
Yeah,
because I don't think Courtney...
Your mini crossword wish came true that day.
I don't think Courtney and Greg Warren had John Taffer on their episode.
Yeah, I don't think they did either.
Like, our episode had John Taffer.
There's like a second host or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't do all of them anymore. So what's the point, right?
When you're that big, you don't have to do them all.
Making money.
Well, when we were doing the stuff pre-show, they warned us. They were like, hey, we're not sure if it's going to be a Taffer episode. And I was like, okay.
That's so stupid. Of
I'd be
course they know.
disappointed.
Right.
Yeah, they're just saying that.
When we got there, when we got on location, remember the first thing we're like, hey, this is a John Taffer episode. He's here. And I went, oh! Oh!
We're so excited.
Oh! Oh! So in the Post-Dispatch site, they say, in a typical episode, Taffer's team uses hidden cameras and undercover customers to identify a bar or restaurant's weak spots. He then meets with the business owners and staff to present plans on how to improve operations. Staff undergo training, the menu gets rewritten, construction crews redesign, and sometimes rename the bar or restaurant. The final product is revealed only days later at a grand reopening where patrons are served at the new and improved business. Formerly named Slotsy's, owner Nick Lang had inherited the bar at 7708 State Route 4 in Warden, Illinois from his father back in 2022. Lang said business had been stagnant, so he reached out to Bar Rescue in January of 2024 for help keeping his father's legacy going. So when they told us where we had to go, because we knew it was going to be obviously a spot here in the area. Mm-hmm. So we got word where it was going to be like 3 days before.
Huh.
So I think we found out like a Saturday or Sunday, and we shot it on a Tuesday.
That's right, yeah.
And I was like, where the hell is Warden, Illinois?
Up 55, right? Is that right?
Up by the prison?
Like Pontoon Beach,
I was
beyond
like, what
that?
the hell?
I think.
What the hell?
It was fun. I can't wait.
The episode was filmed last June, and Lang said the entire process was like what appears on television. It's all raw, nothing was staged. It was a very cool experience, very emotional, very disruptive. Lang said his bar failed miserably during the Bar Rescue stress test when serving a packed house of demanding customers pushes a bar or restaurant to the limit, revealing its weak points. Taffer yelled at Lang and the bar staff, but he's not angry for no reason. He's just like the show. He's very direct. He knows what he's talking about. Lang said of Taffer, if he's yelling and screaming, it's because you deserve it. He made us better at what we do. Remember what the first thing Taffer said to us when we met with him? He said, this is real.
Yeah.
He said, this is all real. When you go in there, because we were the secret customers.
Yeah.
Like, this is real.
That was so, and we can talk about after it airs, but it was fun going with you because it was just you and I.
Yeah.
And like, that was in itself interesting because you and I don't just hang out.
Yeah.
And so to be at a bar eating with you was funny.
Pretending to be together. Yeah.
Like essentially like we're best pals and that was fun. So I'm excited to see what they took from us talking.
Right. So Taffer renamed Slotsy's as Vitali's Hideaway after St. Louis mobster John Vitale and gave the kitchen recipes for signature menu items like homemade mobster meatballs, smoking gun wings, pulled pork, and cheese cannolis. The new, more family-friendly bar reopened last June. Since reopening under the rebrand, Lang said Vitali's Hideaway has seen new customers every day. And I guess after this episode airs, I guess they'll go gangbusters. Whew. No pun intended.
I think we should watch it together. I think we should all hang out on that Sunday and watch it.
Get some hummus?
Like just us. I'm not saying like, it'd be great to make an event. I don't think that we'd have time for that, but I'd like to see what we all think about it.
Vitali's Hideaway will appear on Bar Rescue on June 29th at 9 p.m. on Paramount+. So I guess they did almost the whole season here in St. Louis. Mm-hmm. But our episode, I think maybe the season finale. Saved the best for last, huh?
Yeah. I'm nervous. Lots of things were said.
Well, lots of things were said, and we don't know what they cut.
Yeah.
Like, we're not in charge of anything. Like, here it is. Here's our footage.
Right. It'll be fun to see how they edit us to be.
What if you're hardly in it at all? You can be pissed.
Well, yeah, I'm going to be disappointed. I will.
Will I be pissed?
Not pissed, but I'll be like, oh, man, this
What
is
if
my
it,
TV debut.
Yeah, what if it just flashes to you and goes, this guy didn't like his drink?
You guys are on this. You're in it. You guys are both on the screensaver for it. You are the thumbnail.
Yeah, we're the thumbnail for the new season.
Looking at each other. I don't think they'd use you as the thumbnail if they weren't going to put you in the app.
And without giving too much away.
No way. Where do I find this?
I don't know. I guess on whatever network it's
Paramount
on.
Plus. Well, we were the thumbnail for a while.
What?
They're the thumbnail of that episode for sure.
No way. That's awesome.
Without giving too much away, Lern, there were things that happened when we were in there doing our thing. It would make it seem like.
Oh, I didn't hold back.
You didn't hold back, no, and neither did John.
Mm-mm.
And I was in shock. I'll just.
From what I understand,
I'll just say that
it's kind of like that the old prison experiment, right? Where they let half of college kids become the guards and half become the prisoners to see who would conform.
Yeah.
And from what you've told me, you would be one of the prison guards because it seems like you went full John Taffer. You just went right with it.
She did, yeah.
I know. She would be the one.
She was like John Taffer Jr.
She caved to the power.
What if John Taffer asks me to join Bar Rescue as
then
like
we'll have to see you.
Co-host? Bye, guys. This is my big break.
This is your big break. It could be.
She got drunk on Taffer's
confidence. Hell yeah.
Started beating everyone in the restaurant.
All right, today is June the 9th. Back in the day, 45 years ago in 1980, Richard Pryor suffers third-degree burns over most of his body while freebasing cocaine. He had to endure 2 months of painful skin grafting operations, but at least he turned that into a bit. Right in his stand-up. 41 years ago, 1984, Cyndi Lauper's Time After Time hits #1 in the U.S. 31 years ago, 1994, Lisa Left Eye Lopez of TLC sets fire to the mansion of her then-boyfriend, Atlanta Falcons wide receiver Andre Rison, burnt his house to the ground. 19 years ago, 2006, Pixar's Cars was released. That's what Owen Wilson is the voice of Lightning McQueen. 8 years ago in 2017, Batman star Adam West lost his battle with leukemia. He was 88, and that same day, The Mummy was released, starring Tom Cruise. So that was meant. Did anybody see The Mummy with Tom Cruise?
No.
Yeah. I eventually did. It is not good.
It was meant to launch a shared universe of classic monster movies for Universal.
Yeah, remember that?
And it did so poorly at the box office, they just scrapped the whole thing.
Remember that was the one where he was getting all the bad press because he was like taking over things and took over from the director, or maybe it wasn't taking over from the director. But remember, he was like actor, producer, director, something else, and people were complaining about the control issues.
It was supposed to be a huge thing, and it was going to launch
Monsterverse.
Yeah, the Monsterverse, and it did so poorly. They were like,
bye.
Never mind.
We're not going to do this. And that's what happened back in the day. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your Crap on Celebrities.
9 women have come forward. Some say they were underage. They've accused Jared Leto of sexual misconduct, including incidents dating back to 2006. So there was an expose put out from Airmail with allegations that said sending sexual messages to minors, Jared Leto exposing himself and engaging in unwanted sexual acts. One accuser claimed that he called late at night when she was just 16 with all sorts of explicit questions. Another person said that he exposed himself and coerced her into touching him when she was 18.
You know what I read? I mean, aside from these allegations, that he's always wanted to have this like cult thing going on, where he's like the cult leader,
Right.
Sex cult specifically. He has said that. He's a weird dude, man. I've
with like the long hair and the robes
And living in an Earth ship or
always
whatever.
He's always given me never been a Leto fan.
I have. It's disappointing to see. I've loved Jordan Catalano, dude. My So-Called Life. Dude couldn't read in the show. Still loved him.
He kissed me on the lips once.
What? Did you want him to kiss you on the lips? Are you part of this expose?
Whoa.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's disappointing if true.
It's very disappointing. Well, his representatives expressly denied all allegations, said that they are false. stating no communication was inappropriate or sexual. So this is going to be an ongoing thing.
I mean, the guy's got it all. He's an actor.
He is. He's an actor, a musician. He's, you know, people that love him think he's cool. Like,
I don't know.
Did he win an Oscar for Dallas Buyers Club?
Maybe.
Probably.
I know that he's.
I'm not saying he's not a good actor. I just, as a person, I've always just been like, this guy's a freak. And even if none of this is true, I still don't like him. I'll change my mind.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this, but I do know that, you know, like you say, he's a weird guy and he's got a lot of stuff going on. But I do know that he does lead a very intentional lifestyle that would make this, if it were true, you know, whatever, but if it weren't true, easy to put together. Does that make sense? Like, it's so ambiguous because he is so out there.
You think he's like a target for something like this?
No. I'm just saying, like, I have no idea what to believe because you can believe anything about the guy. Yeah. Because from what I know, and my personal experiences with our bands crossing a lot, and he used to run this like channel kind of thing that he had Greek Fire out to his house, and his house is like a freaking fortress. It was using the Manhattan Project. It's one of the coolest, most weird places you've ever seen, hidden in the Hollywood Mountains, in the hills. And
but you can almost see like this like cult thing going on.
Right, but I'm saying like, and one of my best friends is in his band and like works with him. And from what I know at that intimate level, anything can be said about him and it's believable.
Right.
Is what I'm saying.
Seems like a weird dude.
I'm not saying that these are false accusations anyway. I know nothing about it.
Weird guy.
I'm saying that like any story can be written about him and all of us would believe it because he's just out there.
Well, I mean, just the way he looks. He's got
on
the
purpose.
long hair. Like,
he's beautiful.
Jesus looking.
On purpose. I mean,
every interview I've ever read, I'm like,
hot Jesus
this guy is like a pretentious up his own ass guy. So,
right, but
and I think he does that on purpose.
But he's crafted. Yeah, there's personas. There's multiple personas, and it's all very crafted. It's all very Michael Jackson, P.T. Barnum. It's all very intentional, and he puts himself out there so much that I have no idea what's true, and I know more than most.
Well, I know this is true. Young women love him. Like, man, I loved him when I was a teen. I mean, we're around the same age, I guess. So, you know, I'm not saying that, but like, young people listening to 30 Seconds to Mars. Yeah. He's obviously a very beautiful human being. I imagine he gets a lot of attention from women. I imagine that he has dated women. You know, I don't know anybody that he's dated long term. It sounds like he just kind of plays the field and just goes out there. So, you know, I wonder if any of this is true. I hope if it is that it all gets worked out. But 9 women coming forward.
And if it is true, then I hope they throw the book at him.
I'm curious to see what happens.
I listened to the new Turnstile record all weekend, and it is so freaking good, you guys. There's a song on there called Seeing Stars, and over the weekend, this is kind of the biggest news in all the alternative mags, that Hayley Williams came out of Paramore and sang it, and it was so good. And I really want Turnstile to come back to St. Louis, so I only really bring this up on the show to kind of manifest that they will come back, because I think the last time they were here, they played the pageant, and that will be the last time we see them ever in a small venue like that. That freaking band has the best energy. Like, the entire crowd is a mosh pit. So much hype, and it's a great record. So if you haven't listened to it yet, please check it out.
Lern approved.
Lern approved. Olivia Rodrigo brought out David Byrne for Burning Down the House at the Governor's Ball in New York City. Here's a little clip of that performance.
I bet you 3 people in the audience knew who that was.
It's all the parents in the crowd.
Oh, is it all? Yeah.
Yeah.
The 3, yeah.
Who is this?
It's Olivia Rodrigo and David Byrne of Talking Heads.
Oh, okay.
Talking Heads may be going back out on the road. There's a lot of speculation. I think they're celebrating their 40th or 50th anniversary, something crazy. And
but it's funny, the Olivia Rodrigo crowd.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
I love that she loves
Who's
David
this old
Byrne.
man?
Right.
And what is this?
Ew.
What is this song?
That's all the little girls in the audience. Ew. Get him off.
The Back to the Beginning Festival with Ozzy and Black Sabbath, the final show on July 5th. We now know it will be streamed. It will cost $30.
Oh,
$30. But all of the proceeds are going to support the Cure Parkinson's, the Birmingham Children's Hospital, and the Acorn Children's Hospice over there in England. And so the broadcast will begin at 2 p.m. our time. They're going to leave the concert up so we can watch it in its entirety for 48 hours, and that is it. I will be locked.
So
to the screen.
$30 to stream the concert.
Yes.
And it'll be up for 48 hours, so you watch it anytime.
You can. Backtothebeginning.com is where you'll be able to have the transaction.
This is July
5th. And so this is everybody: Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Tool, Slayer, Pantera, Gojira, Alice in Chains, Hailstorm. Literally every metalhead that we love in music is going to be, except for Judas Priest, because Rob Halford refuses to switch his date, which I think is a little messed up because he's also from Birmingham. I'm just saying, maybe reschedule wherever
What do you mean
you're at.
refuses to switch his date?
Well, like, Judas Priest is out on the road, and I think they're in Germany at the time. And he was interviewed about not being part of this list because, like, everybody is. They're like, where's Rob Halford? Like, he's known Ozzy forever. They both came up in Birmingham. And he's on record saying, like, yeah, we're in Germany. We can't make the flight. We just can't be
Maybe
there.
they can't.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't have to do everything. He's probably done something.
Leave
with the guy.
I love Rob
What do I
Halford.
got to do?
Rob Halford. And the German fans would be pissed.
Yeah, like it's
They can
costs
reschedule.
It costs a
We don't
ton of
wanna
money.
upset
Maybe there's no
Germans.
time.
Maybe the German fans want to also go to the Back to the Beginning festival.
No,
and
they
they're
don't.
upset that they already bought
It's already
Judas Priest
sold out.
He
tickets.
doesn't have to do it all.
Rod Stewart has canceled 6 upcoming U.S. concert dates this month. So originally it was 2. He's having some health issues. Rod is supposed to be in town for the last time on August 15th. That's not affected, obviously. But 6 dates. I don't really know what's going on with Rod Stewart, but I hope
He's
he gets better.
old.
He is old.
Things happen.
Guys,
Pants are tight.
Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker did not get a very warm welcome at a WWE event. Now, if you remember at the Tom Brady roast when Kim Kardashian got up there and the entire place booed her, do you remember this?
Yes, how could I forget?
So that happened. She talks about it on the Hulu's Keeping Up with the Kardashians and how she was surprised by that. Well, now Kourtney and Travis Barker are getting booed at the WWE. Here's what that sounded like.
Kourtney Kardashian, Travis Barker, and their baby boy are out here at the Intuit Dome. We appreciate the hell out of you guys spending a nice family night. So have money in the bank.
So it doesn't sound that bad, but the video's kind of interesting,
There's a
kind of
smattering.
cringe. She's hiding her baby boy Rocky's face because she doesn't want anybody seeing his face. But few videos making the rounds on social media, crowd cheering, fan video, a lot of boos.
So she's hiding the kid's face, but she brings him out to a WWE event.
Right. Also, Topanga is sitting behind her, and nobody even said a damn word about Topanga, whatever her name is. Like, that's Topanga from Boy Meets World.
Danielle Fishel.
Yes, she's so cute, and I'm like, is that Danielle Fishel? And it was.
You're damn right it is. I'm more interested in her.
Me too.
She looks good still?
She looks so
Topanga?
cute. Yeah, great hair still. God. Rizz went to see Ballerina with his teenage daughter this weekend.
Loved it.
Couldn't dance its way to the top of the box office, though. Lilo and Stitch, which your daughter wanted to see originally, claimed the #1 spot for the 3rd consecutive week with $32.5 million. Now, Ballerina, the John Wick spinoff starring Ana de Armas as a dancer turned assassin, debuted at #2, just $25 million. And, yeah, Mission Impossible is
What
#3.
else was she in?
Yeah, what else was she
She played
in?
Marilyn Monroe. I know that.
And she looked beautiful in that.
What else was she in? Because damn, dude.
She was in another kind of weird sci-fi movie, I thought.
Knives Out.
Knives Out,
main-
No Time to Die, Blade Runner 2049,
On girl, yeah.
Blonde, Exposed. You might want to see that one.
Oh.
The Gray Man, The Night Clerk, Knock Knock, Deepwater, Ghosted. Everything is under. They're all under 50. Exposed was 8% on Rotten Tomatoes. Gray Man was 45. Night Clerk 34. Knock Knock 37. So far, not a lot of great stuff until Blade Runner.
All right. And with that, Lilo and Stitch, there was a mom from the UK that took her kid to go see it this weekend. Noticed an adult man by himself munching on snacks just watching the movie. She posted it on a parents forum asking if it was unreasonable that she found this odd. So just a solo guy eating snacks watching Lilo and Stitch. Overwhelming answer was yes, she was being unreasonable. More than 3,100 people voted, said there's nothing wrong with a grown man going to see a kid's movie by himself. Leave this man alone.
Yeah, there is.
No, there's not.
It's weird.
You guys are psychopaths.
Like
No, it's
opening
so weird.
weekend.
When John Wick is playing in the next theater.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe this guy's like, maybe he's tapped to write the next Disney movie, and he's like studying. I mean,
Maybe
there's
he's
1,000 reasons someone
just
may be
Has he
watching.
already
Maybe
seen
he's
John Wick?
depressed.
I'm sorry?
Has he already seen the new John Wick?
Maybe
That's
it's the
playing
guy
next
that
door.
directed John Wick, and he's like,
That's playing next door.
Maybe he's watching all the movies and he's doing a review for the local newspaper.
1,000 reasons.
Or he's masturbating. We don't know.
Maybe
Oh
it's
my
just-
God.
Okay?
Yeah.
We don't know, man.
Maybe he grew up years ago when the original Lilo and Stitch came out, and he wanted to see the remake.
Yeah.
And they were real.
Maybe
Like
just
everyone
like
else of that age.
good
I don't like
films.
it, and I got my eye on you.
Maybe just like good
You and
films.
this one mom. We got some more details about the Ryan Gosling Star Wars movie. Mia Goth is going to be playing a villain. Now, this thing isn't set to come out till 2027.
Who's Mia Goth?
Mia Goth is from...
Girl.
She's a Mac Shane mother effing Manx. She's amazing.
She's in all of those.
Mia Goth. Mia Goth.
She's so, like,
Oh, she looks like she could be
a villain.
a villain.
Okay. This is
She does. She got that face.
She's got a very unique face.
Her
I like
name
a lot.
is Mia Gypsy Mello da Silva Goth.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's her real name, yes. Mia Gypsy Mello da Silva Goth is a British actress.
Well, this new Star Wars that Ryan Gosling is a part of is a standalone. It's not a prequel. It's not a sequel. We don't know what the hell it's going to be, but it's not going to be like anything we've seen before.
And it's just called Starfighter?
Starfighter. No, Star Wars.
Star Wars Starfighter. That's what it says.
that's what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't
What
see
about the
if that
last
was confirmed.
Starfighter? I mean, come on.
I don't know if that's right.
What?
What a great movie.
Starfighter?
The Last Starfighter. You ever seen that movie?
Probably. It was an 80s movie?
Dude, it's so
the
good.
first
He
one
plays the
better.
arcade.
I had to have seen it.
Oh,
That's right in the pocket of the
It
movies.
is in the pocket. It's what a film.
Guys, sex with a pie isn't the grossest thing that Jason Biggs ever did. He once jumped into a trash bin because he was a coke addict. Here he is talking about it.
Okay. Jason Biggs.
I literally got in my car with the bag of Coke, drove to like Sunset. I put the bag of Coke in one of those trash bins, but not just in the trash bin. There was a Starbucks cup inside of it with still some coffee in it, and I put it in that. And I literally drove down the hill, parked, opened up this person's trash bin, opened up the Starbucks container, pulled the wet baggie out of the thing, dried it off, drove back home.
Who hasn't done that?
I mean,
I couldn't hear anything they were saying. The music had me captivated. I felt like I was going into a portal.
yeah.
He jumped into a dumpster to get Coke.
Yeah, he was just so...
Who is this?
This is
Jason
Jason
Biggs.
Biggs from American Pie.
Oh, yeah.
He said, I was snorting dust off the floor, similar to that. Craziest stories, just doing cocaine in my house. It was the last line I ever did. Decided to get sober. And he's been sober now for a while, I think more than 7 years. So that's good for him.
Good for him. I used to hear him and his wife go on Stern and like talking about all sorts of wacky
Like
Jenny
the weird
Mullen
sex
thing.
stuff they do.
Yeah, and I was always like,
She's interesting.
I still
Man.
think the pie's weirder.
Really?
If I was in an NA meeting and the guy's like, yeah, I dug some Coke out of an old Starbucks cup, we're like, thank you for sharing. And the next guy's like, I banged the pie.
What's
Be
weird?
That's a good
"All right,
point.
sit down, Paul.
We need to go through this. That's a good point. Guys, FamilyMinded.com put together a list of the worst songs of the 1970s. I got a couple of them for you. So this song from Paul McCartney and Wings I actually happen to love called Let 'Em In made the list. No
Let
particular
'em
order
in.
here.
Let
so
'em
here is
in.
Paul.
let him in.
Oh, you don't
let
like the
him
song?
in.
I like the song.
I do too.
My grandma and grandpa loved it.
Oh, he put a
Yeah, it's my
xylophone on a
grandma's
Leslie.
Like,
Wow, this is straight up 70s, huh?
Yeah. What year is this?
76.
We're going to take a Beatle and we're going to make it 70s music. What's it going to sound like? This.
Doorbells. Cool.
Yeah, we're just going to slow it down a little bit.
Someone knocking at the door. Somebody ringing the bell.
It's kind of scary, I guess.
Someone's knocking at the door. Somebody's ringing the bell. Do me a favor. Open the door and let 'em in.
Well, what's this list?
FamilyMinded.com, which is a website I will never go to again. Yeah, they're just making a list of the worst songs from the 1970s. and a lot of these you're going to know.
Is your favorite on there? I mean, your least favorite? Something with a piccolo or a flute or something?
Oh, no, like Jethro Tull
Boy?
stuff?
Yeah, don't
No.
you hate that guy?
I do hate that guy.
You're not a Jethro Tull fan.
No, I'm not.
But that didn't make the list?
No.
Oh, see,
Everybody loves Jethro Tull.
You'd be praising it.
Oh, speaking of lists, our buddy Luke Spencer's coming in tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
And he's famous for his lists on...
He's bringing lists.
He's bringing lists.
I can't
He's
wait.
got. Well, he told me what he's got. He's got some good ones. Some good lists to discuss.
He's a list queen.
He's a list guy.
Bo Donaldson and the Haywoods from 1974. Here's a Billy Don't Be a Hero.
don't be a hero. Don't
Okay.
be a fool.
I don't
with
know
your
if I know this
life.
one.
Don't be a hero. Come back and make me your wife.
I don't know this song.
I love this song.
And as he started
This is a good song. They're wrong about this one.
she sounds awesome. Billy, keep your head low.
You know this one, man?
No.
Billy, don't be a hero. Come back to me.
Okay.
Worst songs of the 70s.
Worst songs of the 70s.
Sounds like it's from a kid's show.
Better than the Paul McCartney song, by a long shot.
This is a bit more 60s, is it?
This next song is terrible, and I'd never heard it before, and I don't need to ever hear it again after we play it here. It's called You're Having My Baby by Paul Anka from 1974.
Oh.
Okay.
Listen to this.
Little Paul
Be a
Anka.
Jeff Burton favorite.
Having my baby.
Jeff loved Paul Anka?
You're a woman
I just feel like
I felt like he was.
Listen to these lyrics.
I feel like this would be something that Jeff would be like, oh, yeah, you never heard this?
Inside you,
Whoa.
I see it showing.
Yeah.
Oh, the seed inside you, baby, do you feel it growing?
Yeah. You telling me this isn't a Jeff Burton top fiver?
Oh, yeah.
What?
I'm a woman in love and I love what it's doing to me.
Whose voice is that?
Some pregnant
Yeah,
chick.
Scott, we should totally do this song. Oh, man.
You want to duet to that?
Yeah. Here's another one, and this song is annoying as hell. From 1974, Minnie Riperton, Lovin' You.
Oh,
Well,
this
what
song.
a name, Minnie Riperton.
this is Maya Rudolph's mom.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, really?
Yes,
This
this is Maya
song-
Rudolph's mom.
This is You're going to think of Vegas Vacation when you hear this song.
Yeah, this is
Riperton.
Lovin' You.
Loving you.
Do you put the part where she got the high?
Easy 'cause you're beautiful.
How is this one of the worst? This is one of,
Making love with you is all I wanna do.
This is bad. What's with the birds?
Loving you.
listen, she wanted to record outside. There's nothing we could do.
Just a dream come true.
Here we go.
And everything that I do is out of loving you.
Oh, God.
Here it comes. Here it comes. I know.
This is awesome. Yo, Mariah made an entire career trying to rip that off.
All I remember is Ellen from
Ellen.
Vegas Vacation.
Up on
doing
stage
that.
with what's his face? Wayne Newton.
South
hitting
Park
it.
did that justice as well.
That song freaking rips.
No, dude, it
It's
does
not
not.
great.
It's not great.
I mean,
it makes my ears want to bleed.
I don't think it's the worst.
Well, this
It's
might
not
be the worst.
but
The next one is Rick Dees and the Cast of Idiots from 1976. Guys, this song is called Disco Duck.
all right, Rick Dees,
Rick
very
Dees.
famous
Get some
Radio
ODs.
DJ.
LA radio DJ.
Right. And I don't know if I love it or hate it, to be honest
This is
with you.
not good.
I'm the disco
The 70s was very strange time.
This is
Donald Duck?
cocaine fuel.
This is so perfect. This is Donald Duck's birthday today.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Give me a cup. Oh, that's it. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, that
This
bass line is
We did a lot of
smoking.
cocaine, and we
Gotta make
made it,
something.
and we wrote a song.
Also, Michael Jackson made this list from 1972. Song I forgot about called Ben.
Oh, this is about the rat,
Oh, I
right?
remember Ben.
I think you're right.
Like this song is about a rat.
You're always running here and there.
This is not one of his best, honestly.
No.
Can you be mad at a little baby Michael Jackson singing this?
It takes the bad ones to get the good ones.
Look behind, and unlike what you find, there's something you should know. You got a place to
Okay, Michael, thank you. And finally on this list, the Starland Vocal Band from
They
1976.
said this is the worst.
No, there's no list. There's no like number one. These are all just terrible.
This is a great song.
It's a great song.
That last one wasn't bad.
Here we
And
go.
it's not one of Michael Jackson's best.
Well, yeah, but I
It's
mean,
for a
like,
movie.
the showcase of his vocal there was
No, it's
cool
fine.
as
And
heck.
it used to be featured on a Best of the 70s commercial when I was a kid because I remember it.
That's probably the last time I remember seeing it.
Okay, so here's Afternoon Delight from Starlight Vocal Band.
Right.
And they said this is one of the worst, which is I
I don't believe it.
wholeheartedly disagree.
There's like a
Gonna find my baby, gonna hold her tight, gonna grab some afternoon delight. My motto's always been when it's right, why wait until the middle of a cold dark night? When everything's a little clearer in the light of day. And we know the night is always gonna be here anyway.
Thinking of you's working up my appetite. Looking forward to a little afternoon delight. Rubbing sticks and stones together make a spark.
So, obviously, like you think of Anchorman when you hear this.
Sky rockets in flight. Afternoon delight.
So we actually, I have the Anchorman clip as well because
So
I think they do it better than the Starland Vocal Band. Yeah,
What
the
angry
cast of
a-hole
Ackerman.
made this
Right?
list? Like, you're just...
What a great song.
Like,
Yeah,
are you
some of
not?
these-
Are you living in a
There's
dark
also
place?
Yeah, so there's also a point where bad makes good. You know what I mean?
Maybe it is a bad song,
There's
but
a
it's so
point
bad
where
it's good.
it's like,
Bad
yeah,
song.
it is total cheese, but it's good.
Right.
Here's Anchorman.
Good cheese.
Gonna find my baby, gonna hold her tight, gonna grab some afternoon delight. My motto's always been when it's right, why wait until the middle of a cold, dark night? When everything's a little clearer in the light of day. And we know the night is always gonna be there anyway. Thinking of you's working up my appetite. Looking forward to a little afternoon delight. Rubbing sticks and stones together, making sparks ignite. And the thought of loving you is getting so exciting. Sky rockets in flight. Boom! Afternoon delight. You guys have it, I think.
There we go.
Yeah. Anyway.
You guys have
Makes
it, I
me
think.
also think of Arrested Development when Michael and Maybe are singing it at the office party and he realizes halfway through what the lyrics are about.
Yeah.
He's like, in hindsight, singing Afternoon Delight with my niece wasn't the greatest idea for the office Christmas party.
That's right. I forgot about that. That's your crap on celebrities.
Celebrity celebrating a birthday today. Mae Whitman, that's Annie from Good Girls, Amber from Parenthood, and the voice of Tinkerbell in the Disney Fairy movie.
Also, the little girl from Independence Day.
Oh, I did
Daughter.
not know that.
President's
She's
daughter.
37. Natalie Portman is 44. Michaela Conlon, Angela from an all-new Bones, is 47. Matthew Bellamy from Muse, also one of Kate Hudson's baby daddies.
That's right.
Is 47. Teddy Bruschi, the former New England Patriots
Teddy Bruschi.
linebacker. Bruce, is it Bruschi? Oh, with a CHI. Lovely. He's 52. Johnny Depp is 62. Michael Ye Fox is 64. Dick Vitale is 86. And Donald Duck, that's right, Donald Duck is 91. Congratulations.
Coming to
years old
Shrinking,
today.
right? So, Michael J. Fox.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be on Shrinking now. Today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Claudia Valentine. And today's birthday girl has been in 397 fine films, including Billion Dollar Booties 4, Bra Busting Lesbians 2, 4, 5, and 6. She was in Detention Girls, Scott's favorite, Genital Hospital 2.
Oh.
It's a good drama.
I made out with your mom last night. I scored a soccer mom 5. It's okay. She's my mother-in-law 12. Over 40 and horny 4. The son of Blackzilla, and who could forget her role in 2011's Give Me That Big White Ass.
White or
White.
wide?
White.
White.
Give me that big white ass. Claudia Valentine is 49 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, guys, your Sex Time fun facts are next. The surprise side effect everyone's talking about, the Ozempic penis phenomenon.
Oh.
Don't tell me it grows. I'll get on it.
Well.
Hey.
It's probably just like whoa, there it is.
And what really
I haven't
happens?
seen it in a while.
What really happens in your sex dreams? Sunday thoughts down? Because I did.
No. I was too busy
Well, it was
yesterday.
more like weekend thoughts for me.
What you got?
So, okay, so again, these are random, these are just things that popped up in my head.
Yeah, weekend epiphanies.
So my wife was cutting watermelon up the other day, and watermelon tastes better in triangles. Am I right?
No, dude.
I do cubes.
I saw cube.
Wrong.
What do you mean cube?
I cut them in little squares, like little cubes.
Well, that's fascinating you said that because I saw somebody, it's one of those stupid Instagram things or something. And it was like the proper way to cut watermelon.
Oh, was it the one they pulled up like it was like a stick? almost?
Yeah, dude. It was
Oh,
a
they took
cube.
the fork?
Yeah.
It was like no.
They cut it.
I saw this. They took like it was cubed, right?
Well,
No,
so-
but-
They had like half a watermelon. They
Well,
took a thing
it's
and
a
like cut it
column.
into like
it was
cubes.
columns. Yeah, they cut it in half and then they put it on its flat side and went dump 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 dump. Like a cross section, and then you pull it from the rind up, and it's a big old column, like a Minecraft looking column.
But watermelon tastes better in triangles. That's it.
I actually prefer eating it like an orange, where it's sliced out and you hold on to the rind and you nom 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 nom. You eat it like a
like a big
chipmunk.
old smile.
Yeah.
That's
But we
the
don't do
way.
that because why? It's too big and
That
bulky.
seems-
I like the
So
ice
messy.
cream scoop
All right,
where
all
it's
right.
a ball.
If I don't have a sink nearby to rinse my hands,
Oh yeah, you're a mess.
I'm not sure that's what I'm doing.
That was only one thought. I have more thoughts. Cake is overrated. Pie wins every time.
How dare you, sir?
I'm just saying, these are my random thoughts.
Okay.
By the way, I need to be honest with our community of listeners that I have fallen off the wagon.
Oh, no.
I have had all sorts of dessert treats this year, and I have a sugar addiction. I was supposed to be eating cake all year as my one dessert, and I have completely gone down a well.
You broke edge, bro?
Dude,
she's broken
ice cream,
edge.
cookies, pie. I've gone through. I ate Malia Venus brought cookies last week, and
I haven't had a cookie in a month and a half. I'm dying over here, and you're just willy-nilly breaking edge?
I made it 5 months.
I tell you what, dude.
I'm a freaking disaster. So disappointed in myself.
Okay.
Anyway, back to you.
Cake's overrated. Pie wins every time. Sequels
Yes.
are just studio scams.
Yeah.
Not always.
These are my random thoughts. The Office gets too much credit. It's good.
What?
Oh,
I see that a lot.
Dang. Are you stupid on
You
Sundays?
know what else gets that a lot?
This is actually weekend thoughts. Like I had thoughts for Saturday too.
I see a lot of like random Facebook posts will be like shows that are overrated that you don't get the hype, and then in the comments it'll always be The Office and Seinfeld,
Which is
insane.
No,
which is some
and I
people
like
that
The
haven't
Office.
seen the shows.
I like The Office. I just think it gets too much credit.
But have you seen it front to back?
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay.
I've
Michael
watched
Scott.
the entire run.
Because I mean, you know,
I even liked the ones where Michael Scott was not in it.
yeah, those were good. I'm just saying, a lot of people will say, you know, oh, Seinfeld's not good because they've seen 2 episodes and they weren't fully entertained, not understanding that a lot of it is just connected crap.
I watched The Office from front to back. It's
Okay.
good. It's
All right.
good.
It is good.
It's good.
I get what you're saying. I think Parks and Rec is actually better. It's the same. It's Greg Daniels.
Never seen it.
I think it's a better show.
Nor have I.
It's an improved version.
If you skip the intro, you don't love the show. Just saying.
And you watch it once. Oh, we actually started watching Landman this weekend. Very much enjoy it.
Oh,
Pretty
cool.
good.
And
Yeah.
we watched
Isn't that
we
awesome?
watched the intro that first time. We will skip
You
every
know what
now.
I'm saying? You know
That's
what I'm saying?
a show
though?
that hooks you on
If
the
it
first
says
10
skip
minutes.
intro, if you skip the intro, you don't truly love the show.
You can watch it the
come
first
on.
time you watch the show, and then it's
depends.
stupid. By the way, I think you will like Landman.
I know. I'm gonna watch Tulsa King and Landman. I think.
The only intro worth watching every single time is Game of Thrones, and I know that it's lengthy, but A, the song gets you in the mood, and B, the
Dark.
intro is different every single time, and it prefaces what families and what segments
Oh,
of,
really?
of the world. Yeah, oh yeah.
I never noticed that.
Oh yeah, it prefaces like where they're going in that episode. It's freaking genius.
There's a show Dark that I always watch though.
Oh, the German
Just
one.
creepy. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Was that
All
good?
right. Another random thought. Ketchup, childish. Mustard is the adult condiment.
That's right.
I hate to agree
quick
with that.
note on Landman, though. I will say that show is
I
a
will.
show, when a show starts off with a bang, like it really hooks you in the first 10 minutes, that show really nailed it.
Yep.
Lemon.
Also, but I will say this for the first episode of Landman, Billy Bob Thornton's hot daughter, totally not 18. She's supposed to be 18. She looks 35, and it was throwing me
She
off.
is
Yeah,
like,
that
she's
is
like
correct.
27 years
Suspend
old.
disbelief.
Yeah.
If your dog doesn't like someone, listen to your dog.
Well,
Just
But your dogs
what if your
don't
dog-
like
your
anyone.
dogs suck, though.
Yeah, it's like, what if your dog likes nobody?
my dog likes everybody.
You know, I'm with Rafe though.
Your dog bit Rafe.
Okay, it was
Well, maybe you're onto something.
it was a bite in the tush, and it was, hey, I live here.
I was also dressed
Don't
like a
forget that.
pirate in Captain Rock.
Can I say something though? I really want to put it out there and just encourage people with horrible dogs to just admit that you have a horrible dog. Because there are bad dogs. Sometimes
Yes, there are.
there's a couple
Yes.
dogs that just suck. And maybe it's your fault. Or maybe it's somebody's fault, you know, because I love the whole like, there are no bad animals, only bad
Yeah,
animals.
no, there are bad animals.
Okay. Yeah, some dogs just suck. And if you can't admit it, you suck too.
That's a Sunday.
I had a dog that wasn't great. I loved it. Didn't change my love for him, but he sucked. He's not a great dog.
Let me see. The proper shower time is 7 minutes max. Max.
I don't know how long I shower for. I got to shave legs and pits and whatnot.
I timed myself the other day.
I'll time myself tonight.
7's kind of short, man.
Nah.
Seven
You get
minutes
everything
is
done in
short.
7 minutes.
Let me ask you this: how do you shower?
You hardly
Do you
break a
do you
sweat
do
in
hair
6.
first and let all the dirty hair oils go down on your man body? Or
Shampoo first.
okay,
Top
Wet.
to bottom.
Shampoo first. Then soap.
Shampoo then
You wash your
face.
face?
Soap's a good idea.
You have a bar of soap for your face. You have a special face wash.
No, I just use whatever bar of soap I use.
Oh, what are you asking for? Concrete, cracky skin? Get you a face.
Yeah, you need to get a nice gel for your
This
face.
is why it only takes you 7 minutes.
Do you lotion
Right.
afterwards? Do you?
I do. I lotion my elbows.
No,
That's
no.
nice.
I'm talking about your
lotion my
face.
elbows.
Do you
That's
hydrate
good.
your face?
No.
You need to start
do you
putting some
condition?
So you're
moisturizer
trying to
on.
look
I condition
60?
after I shampoo, condition, leave in for max 2 minutes.
Which is
Why?
not enough.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
And you do nothing
read
for your
the label.
face
I wash my face with the soap.
with the same soap that you're washing the rest of your body
Yeah.
with.
You're like
Oh,
a
that's
percentage of the
nasty.
population that can do this. My sister's
I have like
this
goat's
too.
milk soap. I don't know, whatever my wife buys. It's like good soap.
Yeah, but is it a bar?
Yeah, it's a bar.
So you're barring up your body and your face? It's
on my hands.
You got a loofah?
Yeah, but are you? Let's be honest. Are you using the bar on the body, or are you handing?
No,
it
I'm using the bar on
and
the
then-
body. Bar on the body,
Okay.
and then to wash my face, I'll bar my hands.
Yeah, but the bar is still touching
then-
your whatevers.
I
What do you
can't
mean,
that,
whatever's?
man.
Everything's
I can't
clean
do
at this
that.
point.
I
What
don't
do you-
feel clean like that.
Yeah.
If I just take a bar and rub it on my skin, I feel.
Oh, but there's lather going on. I
But
mean,
you
we're
can't mix.
lathering.
You can't mix the butt lather with the face lather.
I agree, but also, are you
What
a
do you mean?
loofah
My ass is not
person?
dirty.
He's not.
what?
There's no
My
way there's a
face
loofah
is like the
in there.
last thing to get cleaned.
He's dead.
That's the worst. That's
Do you use a
you said
washcloth?
many gross things now.
Do people use washcloths? Because
Not all the
I
time.
do
No.
for my face every day. That's a weird thing to me that people don't do that. You don't exfoliate your face?
I don't use a washcloth, and I know that's
I
weird.
use a scrub.
I feel like I should.
I use a St. Ives with like the little.
The microplastics?
No, it's not microplastics. It's
Like the loofah, like the puff.
Oh, I can't use that either. I use
Every
my
once in a
finger.
while, there'll be one in the like. Here, I
chocolate.
got a puff for you, and and I don't
Yeah.
love it.
Loofahs freak me out. I feel like there's all sorts of nasties in there. I just use my fingerprints.
Oh, I gotta have it.
I got it.
My fingerprints
Anyway.
are all the texture
All right.
I need.
Anyway, I got
7
more
minutes.
thoughts.
Do you wash
7
your
minutes.
feet? Okay.
It's fine.
Do I wash my feet? Yes. 7
Okay.
minutes is 7 minutes is plenty of time.
Does everybody take their body wash and put it on the ground and kind of rub your feet on the ground, and that's how you get
No.
your feet clean? Oh,
No.
just
Ew.
me?
Scrub
All
my
right.
Yeah.
Ice cream cones are inferior to cups. Ice cream cones are inferior.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
I disagree. I
thought it
like
was
eating the saucer that my ice cream is in.
Every true story movie's lying to you.
Okay.
Not rinsing the sink after using should be grounds for divorce. Talking to my wife on that one. Friends was mid. Frasier way better.
Dude,
Yeah.
I get it now. I was telling
There's
people.
another. That's another that comes up in those same comments. Friends, Seinfeld,
mid.
Office.
Frasier way better.
Yeah.
Way better.
Overall, I think it's better, but I don't think Friends is mid. I think
It
they're-
is.
I think they're both
It's
exceptional. Frasier is amazing. I was
Yeah.
telling somebody over the weekend, like, yo, I did not get it, and it was not for me, but now it's for me, and it is perfect. What a perfect show.
It's referenced a lot.
Frasier is
In
far
comedy
superior.
writing.
What, Frasier or Friends?
Frasier is referenced as like the creme de la creme of comedy writing in like comedy writing, sitcom writing circles.
Yeah, 'cause it's great.
It's so good.
If you post vacation pics while you're still on vacation, you're not relaxing.
Well,
Same.
all right. I tend to not relax.
Same. Putting your flashers on during a thunderstorm screams to the world that you're a terrible driver.
Yep, it pissed me off the other day.
What?
Wasn't even raining that hard, and somebody was driving with their flashers on, like all way too cautious.
What if they had a bad experience? Like somebody ran into them, and they're trying not to get run
Yeah,
into
it's
again.
I'm just
Possible.
telling you. You never really know somebody until you road trip together.
Very true.
Yeah.
Well,
You know what? One of the very first things my
we
wife
about
and I
to get
did.
to know each other.
Are you coming to Ohio with me? I didn't know.
One of the very first things my wife and I did, we'd only been dating for a couple months, and we went to Yosemite and camped. And both of us were like, you know what, we're old enough now, like, let's get this crap out of the way, and if it doesn't work, we'll know it immediately.
There you go.
Standing up as soon as the plane lands helps nobody.
Right.
Thank God.
They're
Does
finding
feel good,
people for
though.
that now on some airlines.
Finding them? What?
Yeah, I read that like on one of these overseas airlines, you stand up before it is time, you will get a fine.
Well, if the seatbelt sign is still on, I get that.
Yeah.
There was a dude walking about when we were landing, and they were screaming, "Sir, sit down, buckle up," and he did not care. He was just walking about, going up and down.
While the plane was coming down?
While the plane, we were landing, dude. We were landing, and this cat was
What?
just cruising.
Everyone secretly believes they could survive a zombie apocalypse. Chances are, though. We're all dead.
Yeah.
But everybody thinks they could survive. Let me see here. A couple more. Everything in life is either too loud or not loud enough. I really can't seem to find the spot.
Yeah, that does happen to me too.
I can't. I'm constantly futzing around with the
I think
volume.
I'm losing some hearing too.
Oh, me too.
I constantly, if I'm watching TV, I have the remote in my hand and I'm riding it. Does anybody else do that?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's because everything's sound mixed is screwed up on TV.
So everything is either too loud or not loud enough.
But music is doing that. I think my music proclivities are catching up with me. I've listened to loud music my whole life, and the bill has come due because I think I'm losing a little bit.
Let's see here.
I do feel like the planet is using a smaller font as of lately. I mean, I'm just like, wow, that's a. Why would you make it so small up there? You're trying to advertise, aren't you? I can't read it.
Yeah.
I'm zooming in to read memes now. Yeah, I realize.
It's the end.
That's when I realized it was over for me, and I just have to accept that I have to wear readers. Is like and that's happened in the last month.
Yeah,
I notice
society's
I open
font
my
is shrinking.
phone, and I'll have to if I want to read, I have to click on the meme and zoom in to read all the font, and I'm like, that's a sad. That's a sad process, brother.
I feel like font size 9 all around me.
And people who comment, who cares?
Yeah.
Clearly care enough to comment.
Yeah.
Those are just some of my.
I had one.
God, please.
I tweeted about it yesterday. I was thinking, because I keep seeing the main character syndrome, and I'm like, there has to be side character syndrome. Right? Someone's got to have it. I think I have it. And maybe more people should have it. I think we need to develop side character syndrome where you don't think you're the main character, where you're actually a shy person, or maybe a person who just, you're there to move the plot along for somebody else, you know?
Like you want to be a side character.
Just like accept that sometimes you have to be a side character in people's stories. You don't always get to be the main character. We need to develop that.
That's majority of it.
Yeah.
Are you sure a side character?
Because that's what we all really are. No one actually
character?
cares about. No one actually thinks about you.
What about an NPC, non-playable character?
Yeah, that's when you need to go to therapy.
What about an extra?
That's when you need to go to therapy. Yeah, you are an extra, and in 90% of people's stories, you're an extra. And I think we need to develop that. I think it would be good for society if we all developed side character syndrome.
I hope everyone.
I'm trying to get it to catch on because sometimes I even said in the tweet, I go, hey, I think I have this. I'm just here to move the plot along for you. Half of you are reading this being like, who the F is this guy? Next. And for that, you're welcome. And I think that it's good for society. I think we need to back off the main character syndrome a little bit, introduce side character syndrome, because then you're helping. Side characters are always there to help, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Side characters are there to, Obi-Wan is there to teach Luke something. Be Obi. Not everybody gets to be Luke.
Everybody, some people got to be in the rear with the gear.
That's right.
See, I like
this.
I like this idea a lot because it helps us main characters stand out a little bit more.
Exactly.
So I'm totally on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We are your side characters.
No.
This is the Rizzuto Show.
Yeah, that's true. We are.
You are the main character energy of this room.
Wow, main character.
I mean, your name is on the door.
That's right.
It's not the
All right,
Moon
fine,
Zudo Show.
I'll take it. Fine, I'll take it.
Although it could be.
It could be. You guys could morph into one, which I think would be great.
There's no one in this building with side character energy.
Yeah, it's egotastic
No
everywhere.
None of us are here for that.
I'm here for that.
Right.
For side character.
You are a stand-up
Mr.
comedian, sir.
Come on, dude.
You are a character of your own.
No side character would refer to themselves as a side character.
Is that the trap?
Yeah.
We have come full circle.
Yeah.
I am officially throwing my hat in the ring as side character.
As the
Sideshow
leader of
Bob.
side
All right.
characters.
As the main character of the side characters. Got it.
I will be president of the Side Characters Guild, which will make me the main character of the Side Character
Right.
And
Saga.
I'm just here to move along the side characters.
All right, let's do this.
I love it.
All right, so ready for a wild one from the world of weight loss? Here we go. The internet's buzzing about a very, very unexpected side effect of Ozempic. And okay, so I'm not just picking on Ozempic here. There's other popular weight loss injections. What do they got? Wegovy. They got what's the other ones?
Monjero?
Monjero.
I think Monjero and Wegovy are the same. They're just off brands. I think there's pretty much two. Tirzepatide
Saxenda.
and semaglutide. I believe.
Zepbound.
I thought semaglutide is the overall, like...
I thought Sema was like what's in Ozempic. And
Wegovy is
semaglutide
semaglutide. Saxenda is iraglutide. Manjaro and Zepbound is tirzepatide.
Well, it's popular weight loss injections. And there is something that's got the guys talking. It's getting bigger down there.
Ozempiness.
Oh, my.
Yep, Ozempic penis is a thing. Dozens of men's on forums like Reddit are sharing that they're getting bigger down there after starting Ozempic.
It's Ozempinis.
So
Ozempinis.
they've measured a noticeable increase in penis length.
Now,
Some claim they've gained up to 1.5 inches.
time out.
What?
I knew a couple fellers, and this was years and years ago when we were young, and they were big dudes. And when they lost weight,
I know what you're going to say.
They
They're
were
they're losing fat around the pubic area.
right,
Right, which
so
has
that-
always been said.
right, and like so, when big old guys lose a lot of weight, they're like, I swear it grew, but I think it's just because I'm seeing more of it.
Maybe. And some do say it's all about losing fat around the pubic area, which can make things look and feel longer. Others credit better blood flow. Either way, the Ozempic penis is suddenly the hottest topic in the bedroom.
Everybody's talking about
Everybody's
it.
talking about it. In the bedroom, in the locker room.
This study and article planted by Ozempic.
And it's not just guys.
Yeah, our sales down.
Yeah.
You know,
sales are hurting.
wives and partners are
It's happening to
apparently
them, too?
noticing the difference, too, with one man saying, what'd you say, Scott?
He said it's happening to them too. The wives'
buddy.
penises are getting bigger.
I just looked it up, and there's a
Wives and partners are noticing the difference.
nice.
With one man saying yes, wife has definitely noticed the difference. Was 128, now down to under 200. Doctors and savvy users point out Ozempic isn't actually making anything grow. The visual boost is mostly thanks to weight loss, revealing what was already there. But hey, if it makes you feel like a superstar,
This is great.
Hey, dude,
who's complaining?
You didn't even know how great your wiener was, and now you do.
didn't know this was a condition. Looked it up while you were talking.
What?
Buried penis syndrome. Being overweight or obese can sometimes lead to a condition called buried penis syndrome, where the penis is hidden by excess fat, making it appear smaller and sometimes non-existent. And it says that for every 20 to 40 pounds lost, the apparent penis length can increase by up to 1 inch. So if you're dropping like 100 pounds, dude,
So
that's
for every
quite a difference.
for every
20 to 40,
okay,
depending on the guy,
an inch.
it can be because of the fat, the pubic fat pad, their words, not mine, medical term, it can make you appear 1 inch larger.
Whoa.
So if you got people out there dropping like 150 pounds,
Yeah,
That's
this guy
what I'm
went from
saying.
278 to 200.
Even if it's not
so-
true, it's true to you.
let's split the diff, 30 pounds. He lost, what, 65 pounds? So he probably gained 2 inches. That's noticeable.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good for him.
Yeah. So
for him.
again, if it makes you feel like a superstar, whatever. If it's just an illusion, who cares?
I like that people are being more honest about it and not caring if people know.
Yeah, it's your truth.
And it's made a lot of people feel really good about themselves. It's helped like cardiovascular. I think that it's good. You know, if you get it approved by your doctor, which I think is the right way to do it, don't just go willy-nilly into it. Like talk to your professional
I don't know,
doctors.
man. You know what?
Let's get it online.
There's a lot of people going into it for willy-nilly.
Well, and that's fine.
Because they're willies nilly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. they heard all about the willy-nilly.
My willy is nilly. I need
Is it a faux pas to ask like how somebody lost weight?
No,
I don't know.
I do. I mean,
sure
I
I
Nate,
care.
you said you
like, what are you doing?
yeah.
Like, help me. What are you doing?
Okay, so you asked somebody the other day, and I was in the room with you, and I was like, "Oof." It's like asking somebody if they're pregnant. I don't know.
No. Because if you notice somebody's losing weight and you ask, all you're asking for is like help. Most likely you're curious for yourself. Like, wow, how did you do that?
Yes.
And it's not an insult thing. And if you're like, oh, how dare you ask? Then what kind of weird human gatekeeping crap is that?
No, but are people still like, I'm taking the shot? Is
So
that
just
still
say it.
like? Is that still like a? Do people still are weird about that?
That's what I'm saying. More
I don't
people are
know.
being honest about it. Like I was talking to my mom yesterday, and one of her girlfriends is taking the shot. And my mom was saying like, "Oh my God, you look great! Like, what are you doing?" And the woman was like, "I'm taking the shot," and just completely nonchalant about it. And I think that's the way you should be about it,
Totally.
because people are going to judge no matter what you do. And if you are feeling better about yourself and it's working, like, who gives a rat's ass?
Right,
Yeah,
but
you gotta drop the shame
there are
around all this
some,
Right.
There, okay, as opposed to the diet and exercise part.
Yeah.
Some people would think that it's, you took the easy way out. The easy way out. with the
Usually
shot.
those people are in the health field that are wanting people to do it the, in quotes, right way, but eating whole foods and exercising, which is better for you
people
in
are
the
just
long run.
dicks.
But also, some people just don't have that option. It's not as easy. And I think we need to have a little bit more compassion for people that maybe have a harder time losing a lot of weight.
Yeah,
It's
we
also
also
just,
got to stop caring what people think about us.
Regardless of the methodology, have some tact. You know what I mean? Like, that's part of it. Some people care and some don't. You're always rolling the dice. Like, Tina was just telling me someone sent her a message on, it's like, saw you on the last, because Tina's lost some weight. She's been working at it. And we're like, saw you on the viral podcast. You've lost so much weight. You look so much better.
Yeah, that
And
sucks.
she's just like, yo, I don't know you. Like, F you, dude. Like, don't devalue me when I.
But it was meant to be. And it was.
You
meant
look
to be
so much
nice.
better.
I mean,
No.
it wasn't, I mean,
You
the-
should-
Yes, but it's also
meant
like,
to be nice.
but it also, in her eyes, it devalues her at a heavier weight.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's wrong.
That like and she's like, it's not a friend. This is a person on the.
I
this
know.
is a person
but
who's
in
like a
in that
fan.
person's defense, they're probably meaning it to be a
They
nice thing.
probably did, but people don't know how to give compliments. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Well,
have
that's why
I
you
tact.
don't ask people
That's
about
why you
their
just
weight.
don't read
That's
the
what we're
comments.
talking
Well,
about right now.
your situation that you're talking about with me and this person, I was like, hey, you're happy, I'm happy. Because I always try to make sure I say that too. Like, I don't care what people look like. I love people for who they are,
Except Tom Brady.
except for Tom Brady. He's mid at best. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're happy, I'm happy. I always try to say that to people because it's none of my business, but I am also wanting, like, I care about people. So I'm like, hey, how'd you do it? Because maybe I want to do it. Maybe I'm like also thinking about losing some weight and I'm just looking for community there. But I always want to tell people, like, hey, as long as you're good, I'm good. Like, when people tell you they get divorced, it's never like, ooh, are you okay? Because sometimes it's for the best. And sometimes it's like a congratulations rather than an I'm sorry. So it's always like, if you're happy, I'm happy.
I mean, that's just like saying, like, oh, man, you look great. Oh, you saying I didn't look great before?
Yeah.
But that's
Run
on
that
them.
risk, man.
Yeah, that's your
Yeah,
fault.
You shouldn't say you
That's your
look better. What they said to Tina was, that's
Sure.
terrible.
Well,
You
there's
look
also
better?
like there's comments on. She's put up pictures where there's comments underneath that are like someone just comments Ozempic, just straight up on a picture of her.
Right.
So some people are just being dicks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like you have to be, and because you have to deal with those people, a well-intended comment can sometimes be taken.
No, I
For
know.
sure.
And you know what? So if you want to volunteer that information to me, fine.
Yeah.
That's why I don't want to ask. How'd you lose the weight? I don't know. If you want to volunteer that you took Ozempic, fine.
It also depends on the person.
I know.
Like people say stuff to me all the time in public, but it doesn't bother me. They'll be like, "You're a lot more muscular and a lot less fat than you look on camera," and I'll be like, "Thanks, man. Thank you. It's nice to meet you. Enjoy hot shots." But it's like, it just depends on the person, man. Some people, like, that's a struggle for them.
I
and
know.
It's a sore spot, so got to be careful. It's like saying congratulations.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
When somebody's pregnant, you're rolling
And you
the
run,
dice,
you're rolling
brother.
the dice. That's why I don't ask about anybody. I just don't want to be uncomfortable. That's
Okay.
it. That's it.
I think a good way to do it is lob it out there if they want to talk about it. You could say something like,
Well, she straight up asked this person, how'd you
What?
lose weight?
No, I go, you look great. What's going on? And I said, are you losing weight?
No, you asked them how they did it.
Yo, I saw a friend I haven't seen in a while up in Canada.
I have a tapeworm.
What if they said cancer?
I would want to know.
I saw a friend up there,
She
and
might want it.
I mentioned, like, we were talking about something else, and I said, I lost 10 pounds recently. I had a few to lose, and she goes, oh, it shows, like, you looking good. I could have taken that 100 ways, but you know how I took it? Cool.
Yeah,
It
you look
shows.
good.
Yeah.
It shows.
Hey,
Cool.
Ray.
I love when people are like, hey, you've lost weight.
Yeah, like I care.
Thank you.
Like,
It doesn't bother me.
And then
but
she was
I'm
like,
saying-
oh, yeah, you got 10 more to go. I go, yeah, I sure do. You got to not care.
She said that. Did you
No,
have
I'm
10
saying,
more to go?
no, I'm saying she could have, and it would have affected me the same way. Like, oh, yeah, whatever.
Ever wake up from a steamy dream and wonder if that happy ending was just in your head?
You
The what?
Usually no.
You ever wake up from a steamy dream and wonder if that, the happy ending in the dream
Oh, yeah.
was just in your head? Well, according to a new Adam and Eve survey, you're definitely not alone, and the results are hotter than you might think, guys. So sex dreams, super common. Turns out 81% of adults, that's almost everyone, say they've had a sexual dream from time to time. 85% of men, 78% of women, sweet dreams indeed. Ready for the real jaw dropper here. 59% of people who have had erotic dreams say those dreams end up with real life consequences.
Yeah.
What? You mean rewards?
Quit.
For men, that number jumps to 68%. For women, 50%.
Really?
So yes, those nocturnal emissions are not just for teenage boys. Grown-ups get in on the action too.
Cool. Tree of trust. Boys.
No.
Has it ever happened to you?
As a teenager.
It did?
As a teen, not as an adult.
Okay, so teen.
Teen, yes.
Fellas?
I'm willing to bet it hasn't happened in the last 11 years because I don't get enough sleep. I'm serious. Like if I had a healthier sleep schedule, I bet you.
You're right, maybe.
I mean, I
jealous, man.
I'm so screwed here with the sleep schedule that
I've never had one, and I've tried so hard. I always wake up
that's
too
typically
soon,
how you try.
and it pisses me off because I've had other guys be like, "Oh yeah, man, all the time when I was a teen." I'm like, never.
Really?
My body just won't do it.
Ever?
No, and I'm not. I
Talk to your
appreciate you guys
doctor.
being honest.
Yeah, talk to your doctor. I
I'm
appreciate you
I'm
being
in the
honest.
38, whatever the other.
Never as a
percentage is.
teenager, huh?
No.
Wow.
So wait, you say 38% never?
I'm just surprised to hear it's that high.
68% yes for guys, 50% for
32%.
women.
I think it's a very normal thing. Yeah.
'Cause I think the last time it didn't happen
It
was
is very normal.
This guy's got a special pair of
Scott.
sleeping underwear.
That's how he's doing this like we counted states. He's like, how many nights sleep have I not had?
Oh man.
I've just it's very normal, and I'm abnormal. I'm not a normal guy.
It ain't gonna happen with this job. I think you got to have like real healthy.
Like good REM sleep.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like
Good REM cycle sleep.
That kind of stuff is happening in the second cycle for sure.
Take a NyQuil and a Viagra and see what happens.
Adam and Eve's resident sexologist says it's all about what's going on in your brain and your body during REM sleep. Increased heart rate and blood flow, especially down there, could make you extra sensitive, leading to those sleep-induced fireworks. And it's totally healthy. Experts agree. Sex dreams and sleep orgasms are totally normal. It's a healthy part of adult life. So, go ahead, everybody. Enjoy those nighttime
Congratulations,
fantasies.
too, man. I've had some real good dreams where I was upset.
With no results.
That I woke up. Yeah, I just woke up too soon. I woke up too early. I'm a premature waker. That's the problem.
that sucks.
Bummer.
I'm a premature
I don't think
waker
there's a
upper.
pill for that.
I don't know. I'm a premature
Maybe,
waker upper, and I'm here to raise awareness.
Ambien.
Nah, usually you can't remember your dreams if you take something.
Do you remember your dreams?
Not anymore. I didn't have, because I take my gummies to help me sleep, and a melatonin gummy, and it just knocks me out. And so I know I'm dreaming, but I just can't recall them. However, this past Saturday, Tim and I were at a hotel, and I didn't take a gummy because I was just getting natural sleep, and I did remember my dreams. Had like a total nightmare. Woke up, I was like, oh God, like I hadn't remembered one in so long, and woke myself up.
Yeah, I think
Sucks
the
that
weed
your
is gonna,
first one's a nightmare.
I
I think the
know.
weed's going to take you away because I know it does help sleep, but it does not help you get as deep as
That,
you're
and
supposed
that's
to.
100% for me. Yeah, and it sucks because I have, whenever I wasn't taking supplements to sleep, vivid dreams. Recall them often. Amazing. That's one of the side effects of cannabis gummies that I'm just like, man, it kind of makes me not want to take them, honestly.
Did you know there is a new dating trend where some guys are secretly testing their dates to see if they're just after their money? That's right, and the story is pretty wild, too. So picture this. A woman goes on a promising date. Everything's going great, and suddenly the check arrives. And her date casually slides it over and asks if she could pay all. All to see how she's going to react. If she agrees, surprise, he grins and announces, congratulations, you're not a gold digger, you passed my test. And one woman shared her own experience online, saying she planned to split the bill anyway, but was totally thrown when her date revealed it was all set up. She snipped back at him, telling him she's not his ex and doesn't have to prove herself. And honestly, can you blame her? Would you be pissed?
If he slid it to me and said, "You mind paying this?"
Yeah, and then says,
Pass my
congratulations, you passed my test.
test. Yeah, it's just a little much.
It's sleazy, isn't it?
He's got to be more subtle now. He's got to not only let her pay for that, but have her take him out, buy him shoes,
Yeah.
get him a nice handbag, get him a nice car, see if she's really a gold digger or not.
This was a first date?
Yeah.
Oh man, no. I'd have been like, no, you know what? I will pay, and this is it, because when will your tests end?
yeah,
I'm not going to be here for your experiments and for your silly tests and all that. Like, no, that's not okay.
Could just be normal.
Another woman shared that her date lied about having a low-paying job just to see if she was only interested in his bank account.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, starting things off with a lie can never be a bad thing.
It's almost like people are too afraid to be vulnerable and just be themselves and like be okay.
Yeah.
It's okay if you get rejected on a first date. And everybody is so hell-bent on not doing that or finding out what the issue with it. Everybody's got issues. Everybody's got trust issues, a past baggage. And we're like afraid to confront that.
We're all effed up.
We are all left up. And that's very lovely to think about. Like, we all have our issues. And so you're not going to find the perfect person. And these tests are dumb.
These tests are dumb.
Now, I still stand by.
I'm not in your game.
The coupon thing from last week, because we had Santino Ferrucci in on Friday Moon, and Rizz asked him about the coupon thing, like using a coupon on the first date if it's tacky or
He's
not.
an IndyCar driver.
Yeah, as a race car.
And he was down. And he was like, that's fine. And so I feel like that's...
But he also said that if he'd have done that with his wife, she would never have went back out with him.
Right.
Well, she was dating a man with a yacht.
So.
Good point.
Well, so this guy lies about having a low-paying job just to see if she was, only interested in his bank account. And when he finally confessed, she was not impressed. And that was the end of that. Because of these stupid tests. You need a test.
You're like the Riddler. No thanks.
What is this? I'm not a student. I'm not. What test?
What is
Right.
this?
Also, like, that sounds like a real old boomer thing to do.
It just
or something.
It just
I don't know.
sleazy.
Sleaze bag.
Yeah, she brings a friend. She's like, I thought maybe we'd do a little menage a trois tonight. And he's like, great. And she's like, you failed
you
my
failed the
test.
test.
What was the test?
Yeah, well, there's going to be a series of tests probably from this person.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So, like, why do you have to prove?
Complex algebra.
It's the first date. Why do you have to? Why are you the only one out to prove anything?
I don't know. Just don't do these sneaky tests.
Yeah, I would just be like, oh, okay, well, I'm glad to hear that I've passed your test because you just failed mine.
If you want to know if your date is for you, then just ask. All right.
Hey, you
Ask.
vibing? We like this? No?
This fine?
Great, we'll skip dessert. We'll move on.
Okay.
See you. See you later.
It's tough out there, guys.
Yeah.
Just be cool. That's it. Rafe, after the break,
Yes.
what do you got for us?
I got a little St. Louis misconnection
All right.
action.
Misconnection action?
I got about 7 to 10 St. Louis misconnections.
7 to 10,
burning
damn.
a hole in my pocket.
All
We
right.
don't have to do them all, but
Well,
that's what I'm sitting on.
Let's get to them. So last week we told you about the 100 innings for a Cure Jeff Burton Memorial Softball game. It's back this year. It's happening on Saturday, August 23rd at Lions Park Baseball Fields, 340 Bald Hill Road. That's out in Eureka. Burton family honoring Jeff's legacy and love for softball by bringing the community together for a great day, all to benefit the Siteman Cancer Center. So they're looking for teams of 9 or 10 players. Step up, join the fun. So if you're already in like a rec softball, league and have a team together, sign up. Each team's going to play a 50-minute game with unlimited innings. New games starting every hour. Your $30 donation per player secures your spot. You get a commemorative T-shirt. You get a cup plus drinks and snacks throughout the day. If you don't have a full team, no problem. Just sign up as a solo player, and they'll try to find a spot for you. So it's going to be an amazing day of softball fun and community, all for a great cause. Special guests, and thinking about our buddy Jeff Burton. Sign up your team or get registered as a solo player right now at 1057thepoint.com and join to make a real difference for the Siteman Cancer Center. All right, Rafe, if you would, Rafe on relationships, we have some St. Louis misconnections.
Oh, indeed we do. Indeed we do. Let's get it started with this one. Simply titled, Guy in White Trash Truck, South County.
All right, guy in white trash truck, South County.
Saw you today off Gravois. You were in a white trash truck.
Whoa. A white trash truck or a white trash truck?
Well, yeah.
That is a good distinction.
Yeah, good question.
No commas.
Because on Gravois, We're
It
talking.
could go either way.
You know
Great
what?
point, Moon.
Yeah, this is a good point.
What kind of white trash is it? Like rust? What are we talking here? What are some distinctions?
I don't know.
It'd be a 1997 Z71.
You know what?
That's
This
a
is
white
a
trash
perfect example of why punctuation matters. No punctuation. We are left
So
to
it's-
They
interpretation.
still have a ninja sticker on it.
So what does that mean?
Is it a white?
What does that mean?
I don't know, man. Get with the times.
Is it a white trash truck?
White comma
Now that
trash
you're
truck.
saying it, I think it is a white trash truck.
Oh, okay, a white trash truck.
No, I think it's a
White trash truck.
Yeah,
This is awesome.
I think it's a white trash truck.
Okay, yeah, all right.
So now it's became a borderline hate crime. Well, let's talk about
Oh
it.
no.
Saw you today off Gravois. You were in your
White trash truck.
interpret how you must. You stopped to take pictures, and I was speechless. Get back to me, and I'll tell you why you were taking pictures. We can go from there. Friday, 5:30.
You stopped to take pictures.
Still ambiguous. Is this a white trash man in a really in a lime green Chevy lowrider with a Calvin peeing on something? Or is this a guy, a municipal worker on the back of a white, trash truck? Trash-truck.
Who services down there in South County? Is that Republic?
Probably.
Republic services, I think, blue trucks.
So here's a white trash truck.
Oh, that's just a Ford Ranger.
Here's
That's a white trash
Here's
truck.
a white trash truck.
With the roll down
Short
windows.
bed, Z71.
Yeah, 1996
about a
Z71.
94. Yeah.
There
But
it
it's
is.
rusted. This one's in good shape. I would like this one.
Let's assume
Valley
Let's
Park
assume-
has white trash trucks.
it's a sanitation. Let's just use white sanitation vehicle.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, then that would look like this.
So if you were a guy who was a municipal worker in a sanitation vehicle who stopped to take pictures, or a proud
Hoosier.
mullet, razor blade Oakleys, you stepped out of a 97 Chevy Stepside with Bondo all over it and a picture of Calvin.
Urinating on a Dodge symbol.
Yeah, urinating on a Dodge Ram symbol. And you had to take some pictures. Either way, what were you taking pictures of?
Oh, we want
Get
to know.
on there. I want to know what you were taking pictures of now. I am so engrossed in this now that Moon pointed out that we don't really know who this guy is.
What truck?
David says American Waste has white trash trucks in the Afton area. White, trash trucks.
Okay, so we're getting to the bottom. American Waste. If you work for American Waste, now I'm assuming this is WASTE, not WAIST, which could be a weight loss center. American Waste.
American Eagle Waste. It seems. Right.
Okay, American Eagle
American
Waste.
Eagle Waste.
Right.
Yeah.
Which really doesn't clear up the white trash thing. I mean, their emblem is just an American flag with like an eagle.
What does that mean, Rafe?
I'm just saying, like, that could easily be a bumper sticker on the back of a white trash truck.
You got the
We've
worst,
gone down a rabbit hole.
you got the worst website I've seen in a while.
Anyways, whatever you were taking
Garbage
pictures
company.
of, you know what, at this point, and message our show. I want to know what you were taking pictures of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're the guy on the back of a white trash truck and you were taking pictures, not only is this lady interested and wants to talk to you, now
Afton.
Rafe's interested.
Afton.
Down in, it just says South County, which I'm assuming that is the Afton area. So
Does Gravois run through Afton?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right through it goes.
I was down Gravois
Yeah, like
yesterday.
9 Mile Garden.
I went right past 9 Mile Garden yesterday. I stopped
Okay,
at that quick
okay,
trip.
well-
They had their roof blown off. I didn't know that. Felt bad for that quick trip.
Well, I think we've narrowed it down.
We really have. I'm proud of us.
We did good, guys.
We did it.
Next.
All right. Cybergs, St. Peter's.
All right.
Dang.
You and your friend were in the parking lot of Cybergs off Mid Rivers about 8:30 p.m. on 530.
So 5. So let me see. What day of the week was that?
You were in a dress.
The day before May 31st.
5:30.
5:30.
That was a Friday.
Friday night at
Friday?
Cybergs, 8:30 p.m.
Party.
Hopping.
Getting shark
I was
bites.
hopping.
Popping off.
They don't serve shark bites anymore.
Well,
I know.
Let's pretend they do.
Devastating.
You were in a dress. You watched me drive out. I wanted to come back and talk to you, but I'll be honest, I got scared. What was I driving? If you're interested,
A white trash truck.
let me know. People are looking for each other. I mean, Cyberg, St. Peters isn't South County, but you never know.
4 styrofoam clamshells full of Saigoons.
Saigoons.
What the heck is a Saigoon?
It's their
Crab
crab
Rangoon.
Oh,
With a Saigoon.
What you got it
I
at
see.
Cyber.
Still in Saigoon. That was a Charlie Daniels song.
like something.
That'll hit with about 3 people listening.
Can't say.
There you go.
Okay, so Cyberg's.
Cyberg's
St.
5:30.
Peters.
You were wearing a dress. He was feeling you. You were with some friends. He drove off in apparently a recognizable vehicle. If you can tell him what he was driving, there might be some Saigoons in your future.
Little Saigoons.
Little Saigoons.
9 months later, little Saigoons.
My Saigoon is in. Was that Paul Anka song? My Saigoons are in you.
Okay, next
All
one.
right. This one is simply titled Red Hawks and Blue Lions, Old Monroe.
Okay, it's a small town.
I don't know where that's at. Old Monroe.
That's where the Cobb factory is.
Yes.
This happened near the Cobb factory. King Scott's ears just perked up.
Well, I did, man.
Had a friend in Old Monroe. I imagine a very old person writing this, so I want to read it.
So
in that voice.
you're thinking it's not the corn cob factory; it's the Cobb factory haunted house.
Yes.
Oh,
There's a difference.
I thought it was the corn cob.
Eli Cobb.
Eli
Eli
Cobb.
Cobb.
That's right.
I get to go out there
Yeah,
once
it's,
a year.
it's up by the
really
river.
fun.
All right.
What's the next town over?
There's a hunting club up there. Winfield?
Winfield. My friend lives in Winfield.
Yeah, you
Yeah, I
can
have
cut
a
through there
friend
to get
in
out
Winfield.
to Troy and
Shout
all
out to
that.
Janie.
My friend has a farm in Winfield. I'm going to read this in the voice of the man I wrote it. Had a friend in Old Monroe. Old Monroe. But we lost touch. Would love to reconnect.
Well, you could,
Someone flagged this. Please don't. It's legit.
Why is it the Colonel?
I mean, you could just start walking.
No scamming. I'm looking for one person in particular. Thank you very much.
It's like 5.5 blocks. You could just start walking around saying, hey, Joey. Hi, Joey.
I'm assuming that this Red Hawks and Blue Lions is going to be a big hint to whoever he's looking for.
Right.
Because I don't know what that means.
Is that the name of a place?
It feels like a code. Like
it's
Red
not that-
Hawks and Blue Lions feels like some kind of code.
Wait, say it again. So,
The name of the post is simply titled Red Hawks and Blue Lions.
is that the name of a place?
In parentheses, it says Old Monroe. And the body of the paragraph is, had a friend in Old Monroe, but we lost touch. Would love to reconnect. Someone flagged this. Please don't. It's legit. No scamming. And looking for one person in particular. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Old Monroe ain't big.
Yeah. If you're looking for a friend in Old Monroe, just go outside and spin
Yeah.
around. You'll probably see him. It has 3 things: Cobb Factory, Main Street Bar and Grill, Wilbur and Me Boutique, and the United States Post Office. Check those 4 locations.
Yeah, this was posted 5 days ago. So it was posted and flagged within 5
Why was
days.
it flagged?
I don't know. I can't figure
Who
out.
flagged it?
I don't
Can't figure
know.
out what
I'm
this
wondering
means.
if Red Hawks and Blue Lions has some kind of negative connotation that we don't know about. Maybe
Oh.
it's some sort of like
I was trying to find if there's like a code,
a dog whistle
an
for
internet
something.
code,
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
or is that like the football team from Old Monroe?
That's what I thought. I thought it was like an old
The
football
Old
guy.
Monroe Red Hawks.
The Fighting Red Hawks of Old Monroe. Gonna take out the Blue Lions at homecoming.
All right, next.
All right. This one is, where are you, Jason? St. Louis. I can't say the name, but somebody's looking for Jason. And they need help. This seems like a real thing, so I wanted to say it on the air. He's 53 years old. He took a bus to St. Louis over a week ago. If you've seen him or do see him, tell him to call home. He's between 5'4" and 5'6". He weighs about 170 pounds and has brown hair and blue eyes. The shelters won't give out any information whether he's there or not. A lot of times for money, he will be holding a sign and panhandling. It's what he loves to do. Please, if you have any information or have seen him, let me know. So if you've been panhandled by a Jason, find this person. They're looking for him.
Call home, Jason.
Jason, if you're out there panhandling, listen to the point.
Well,
Put down the sign and call your
Call
parents.
home.
Okay.
I'm no closer to the truth. Apparently, Old Monroe folks go to Winfield High School, home of the Warriors. So that don't help nothing.
All right, Rafe, give me one more.
Oh, okay, well, let me skip to the one I wanted.
One more.
Okay. Here, this is the one I want to read. You,
Yeah.
the barista at Caldi's on Demon.
Oh, okay. You know.
Caldi's on Demon.
That's down
that's right by
Sasha's
Louis.
and
Great
somewhere, you know.
I don't know where that location is.
It's across from the highway. You go down, or I mean, the hospital. You go down Demon, and there's a
the
park
very
on the
last-
left, and Caldi on your right.
Richmond Heights, there's a, what's the ice cream place? Clementine's.
Clementine.
Clementine's,
Fancy
Louis.
restaurant.
Sasha's,
Bar Louis?
Sasha's
No,
Wine
no,
Bar is
Louis,
right
the
there.
restaurant.
No, I know, but where's the Caldi over
It's
there?
right there on the corner.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
okay.
the very last spot.
I think that was
All
the
right.
original Caldi.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
Well,
Anyway.
you, the barista at Caldi's on Demon. Me, the guy who ordered a decaf espresso and was immediately embarrassed.
Who gets a decaf espresso?
I don't know. You smiled and said, living dangerously, huh? I laughed, but I was crying on the inside. Not from the espresso, from your eyes. As you were crying from your eyes, dude. I don't know how you cry, but it's usually your own eyes. Let's meet again. This time I'll order something stronger, like your number.
Whoa!
Why would you just go back? I mean, she's a barista there.
You literally could just walk back into the place.
Yeah,
Now you got to be creepy about it.
that happens. I mean, that's where you meet people. Like, you meet people bartending,
Yeah, but he doesn't have
being
to
a
go
barista.
on to Craigslist and be creepy about it.
That's what I mean. Yeah, this is odd.
Yep.
Me order
Most of these are
decaf
odd.
espresso.
I just wonder how many of these pan out.
Well, I bet you this is somebody that just ate.
So if you're a
bet you he has
barista
he has
at
no
Caldi's
game.
on Demon and some dorky dude ordered a decaf espresso,
Which you probably remember.
What you do? Because who goes in and orders a decaf espresso?
I mean, I would.
That seems like
if I was
such
bored and
a-
I didn't want to go to. I mean, didn't want to stay up.
that has to be a small percentage.
Then you don't get an espresso.
Yeah.
Maybe I like espresso better
Scary
than something else.
order.
I
You
don't-
smiled and said, living dangerously, huh?
Don't you know I get gassy and bloaty with a foamy latte?
This man was crying on the inside, guys. Okay? Stop making fun of him.
I'm not. I'm defending somehow.
Not from the espresso, from her eyes.
Oh,
Let's meet again. Actually, it doesn't say female either.
No.
So this could go either way.
Could go either way. But decaf espresso, that's if he walked through the door, I'd go decaf espresso, because that's how memorable you would be.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
of your
Yes.
dumb order.
And then you could say, actually, I'd like to order your number. And then you get escorted out or tased.
Got it.
And that's okay. Because you got to put yourself out there, bud. Side character syndrome.
All right, well, good luck out there.
Hey, good luck, St. Louis.
Good
I hope
luck,
we
St.
connect
Louis.
you today. And if you see Jason, call home.
Yeah, tell him to call home. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. Moon's got your sports and maybe an email or two. End of the road for our Battlehawks, by the way. That's a shame. 9:10. Monday, traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. We got a couple delays, 270 eastbound between 44 and Big Bend. Average speed about 20 miles an hour. Your point forecast, sunny and dry. High of 83. Right now it is 67 at the Point Studio.
I don't know if this is true or not, but Marcus says, I think I just saw Jason panhandling on the corner of Vanaventer and 44. And he said, seriously.
Oh.
Well, stop and let him call somebody,
Give
man.
him your cell phone.
Hey, a couple people
Tell him
check.
to call home.
Couple
Maybe
people
don't
checking
give
in,
it to him. Maybe use speakerphone.
Okay.
saying that they love espresso, but they're sensitive to caffeine.
No,
so
then don't get an espresso.
what? Oh man, you're brutal.
We'll take a break. We'll come back. Stay there. Thursday coming up on Sunday. This coming Sunday.
Holy cow! Really?
What's
That's
your
right.
plans?
My plan is I'll be the Grand Marshal at the Bommarito Automotive Group 500 IndyCar race.
Huge.
Neat.
And I get to say, gentlemen, start your engines and ride in the pace car.
That's super tight.
Are you going to have somebody filming you? Because I feel like that'd be good content.
My wife.
Good. Good.
My wife. Content. Content.
We need
All
content.
that content, guys.
Yes, please.
Content.
Film me 24/7. Expose me.
I was thinking about this. Who are the most successful father-son duos in sports history? You think you
Eli
have
and Peyton Manning.
Eli and Peyton are brothers.
They're
so.
brothers.
But their dad did
I mean,
play.
Archie
played.
Archie and Peyton and Eli. I mean, that's
And now other Archie is.
and now the
Kicking booty.
grandson.
Would say Bobby and Barry Bonds.
How about Dale and Dale Jr.?
Oh,
Big
yes.
time.
Oh, yeah.
Earnhardt boys.
The Griffies.
They're in, the
Senior,
Griffies.
senior and junior, and you got Ripken Senior and Junior.
Yeah.
Didn't Senior play as well?
Yeah, but he didn't have like an illustrious career, but he did play.
He was a better manager.
Yeah.
So Bobby and Barry Bonds, Bobby and Brett Hall.
Oh, that's a great one.
All right. What about John Force and Courtney?
Okay, yes, in the NHRA world,
Because she's
great. Howie Long and Chris Long for football.
Good question.
Did you say good question? Thank you, Scott.
You're welcome.
Del Curry. Steph and Seth Curry's dad.
Okay, yeah, it's a good one. The Andretti's, Mario and Michael.
Could we say Tatis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only guy to have two Grand Slams. in
Fielders?
one
The Fielders.
What about LeBron and Bronny?
That's a no.
What?
That's
You guys are
That's
so
a good solid no.
anti-LeBron.
Couple
But
years.
That's not good.
area. In a couple years, that'll be different,
Maybe.
I think. Yeah.
Too early to say.
Okay.
Too early to say.
He's got it, though. I think he can do it.
Michael and Montel Jordan.
Different disciplines. All right, let's do sports.
Guerrero.
The Guerreros.
Yeah. Oh,
The Vlads.
yeah.
Pedro? Wasn't he deported?
No, Vlad Guerrero,
Yeah.
senior and junior.
His son is really good.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Pedro Guerrero.
No.
Wasn't he our old first baseman? Sports. What?
Sports.
Yes, we had a
Sports is presented by DraftKings at Casino Queen. Play, stay, and dine. Visit DraftKings at CasinoQueen.com for special promotions. The Cardinals fell 7-3 to the Dodgers on Sunday, which actually missed a series sweep, but sent a strong message. The Cardinals can compete with the league's elite. Despite early dominance by Clayton Kershaw, St. Louis chipped away at late offense and standout defense, highlighted by Mason Wynn's gem and Wilson Contreras' RBI. Rookie Michael McGreevy rebounded from a tough start to retire 8 of the last 9 batters he faced. Showing promise against a stacked Dodgers lineup. This was great, and manager Oliver Marmol did praise the team's relentless energy, saying the Dodgers, quote, felt us every inning of the series. And like Scott said, Saturday's game was gnarly.
Yep, Friday, Saturday, phenomenal games.
Yeah, good games.
Great
Decided to go
pitching.
see John Wick on Saturday instead of going to the game.
Speaking of great games, let's change gears because despite controlling much of the game, St. Louis City SC fell again 2-1 at Portland after conceding yet another late goal, this time in the first minute of the second half stoppage. Watts netted his first MLS goal early in the half, but Portland answered swiftly with a long-range effort and then sealed the win by a stoppage time header. This loss marks City SC's 4th concession in the 83rd minute or later across 4 games, highlighting their persistent struggles to finish chances and hold leads. Not great, guys. Speaking of not great, the St. Louis Battlehawks suffered a crushing 36-18 loss to the DC Defenders in the XFL Conference Championship, marking their 2nd straight semifinal defeat at home. Becht, the coach, took full responsibility, calling it, quote, a butt-kicking from top to bottom. Yeah, it was not great. Now, despite a high hopes of 8-2 season, the strong fan support and all that kind of stuff, the finals will not include us here in
But
St.
it's
Louis.
here, though. We've got the Kachucks, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a great one.
And Mario and Michael and
He said
I
it. He
mentioned
said
the
it.
Andretti's, but the Kachucks was a big one.
Now,
Sorry, Kachuk boys.
OKC evened things up with the Pacers in the NBA Finals. That is an exciting series there. Also, Stanley Cup Finals, the Florida Panthers evened up things with the Oilers to make it a 1-1 series. They play tonight at 7. Ronaldo became the oldest scorer in competition and said that this national triumph of Portugal beating Spain 5-3 in the UEFA Nations League title beats all club honors. And finally, Aaron Rodgers reportedly signed a 1-year, $13.65 million contract with the freaking Steelers. Everybody in Pittsburgh is pissed. The deal reportedly includes $10 million guaranteed and has a maximum value of $19.5 million. Sorry, Pittsburgh. I'm Moon, and that's your sports because doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working it.
All right, that is it for us. You missed anything on the program? Clip of the day brought to you by Michael's Flooring. Also, the podcast brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Moon, what is today's podcast title?
Today's podcast title is I'm a Premature Waker.
Okay. Moon, what else?
I got a lot of stuff. So this weekend, Saturday, is Rotten Apple Fest in Sparta, Illinois. The Teenage Dirtbags, we are playing with Blank Slate, we're playing with Tantric, and we're playing with Josie Scott from Saliva.
Whoa!
He's got a full band. They're doing all Saliva stuff. It's only $29, I believe. So check out the Facebook event. It's on our RizzShow thing and all that, and just look it up. Rotten Apple Fest, Sparta, Illinois. Again, Tantric, Josie Scott from Saliva, and the Teenage Dirtbags. I think we take the stage around 5. It's pretty much like an all-afternoon / evening festival. Lots of rock and roll, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And then the following weekend, June 21st, I'll be in Festus at the Impact Life Blood Drive. That's the Next Point Blood Drive. I'll be there from 11 to 1. And then, of course, August 8th, Can You Feel the Punk Tonight? CanYouFeelThePunkTonight.com. Don't miss out on that show.
Learn.
I was talking to some people that actually already got tickets for that Sparta show, so you're going to have a good crowd, pal. Yeah, just follow the Rizz Show on all the socials, at Rizz Show. Subscribe to the Points YouTube page, and thanks for being here.
Rafe.
No notes.
Scott.
I will say, can you follow King Scott Rules? Because I have such an exciting social media presence, you don't want to miss out on it.
All right.
I'll second that.
Cool.
Thank you.
You are so cool.
And so right.
Oh, and
And I like that
and
you've been
so
doing
big.
the goo. You've been
I've been doing goo, yeah, and I got a new one today.
Oh, good.
Somewhere right here.
Awesome.
It'll happen in a few.
All right. With that, we leave you with a selection from our Team Rizz member of the day, brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, the official sports bar of the Rizz Show, and home to St. Louis sports fans since 1990. From Troy, Missouri, Ethan Dillon.
Yeah, he's
Team Rizz member of the day.
Yeah.